Intro music.
When is Jenny coming on?
Welcome to Talk of the Tavern. A little about us. We're your at-home interactive weekly geek con, all blended with wit, sarcasm, and a pub-like atmosphere. We're adults talking about adult topics and using adult language. We laugh and make jokes about almost everything. We don't intend to upset, but some folks have their feelings hurt easily. This is all done in humor in the style of the great offenders such as George Carlin, Red Fox, Lenny Bruce, Richard Pryor, Robin Williams, Wanda Sykes, Sam Kinison, George Lopez, Lisa Lampanelli, Chris Rock, and others. So grab your vice of choice, sit back, relax, and get ready to enjoy yourself in the company of great people, hot toddies, and guests alike, because here we come.
Put that long day behind you. Good times lie ahead. With company worth keeping, that'll bash a smile in your head. Come on in, the door's open. You'll find just the finest folks here. Pull up a chair, grab a drink, and lend our stories your ear. Cause we're the talk of the tavern. Here you're always welcome. The talk of the tavern. Promising beer and bedlam. The talk of the tavern. Music, medicine, then some. The talk of the tavern. The song's over. Here we come.
And welcome to April 19th, Thursday edition of VIP Virtual International Pub. I am joined today by the delightful, and what is all over your shirt, Andrea? Are those spiders?
It's my scarf because it's cold.
So like spider scarf?
Yeah.
I feel like you should have a theme song. Can you sing a theme song for it?
No.
Spider scarf, spider scarf. No. What are your vices today, dear?
Right now it's coffee because I'm freezing. And then I'm going to move on to some hot tea, some Earl Grey today.
Earl Grey. So why coffee versus tea? What sets the standard for you on that one?
I like both, but right now the coffee was done first.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, and then we're joined by our overseas guest straight out of the UK, Jeanette Macklin. Do you want to go by Macklin on this, or are we using a different last name, an alter ego, if you will?
I don't know.
Well said.
It could be Candy Jane. That's what I often get called.
Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you just tell everybody what your vices are today? What do you got in front of you?
London Pride beer.
London Pride. I don't think I've had that one.
Oh, nice.
That's a very big bottle. That's well done.
Yes, of course. So pint. A proper pint.
Hi, Towie.
It's funny nowadays when we have folks who go, I heard somebody the other day ask how many ounces in a pint glass. And people are like quoting the exact ounce number. Well, there's like 15 or 16, I believe 16. But the bottom line is you don't want to fill it to the top depending what you have in it. So you're not necessarily getting that many ounces of beer. For example, if you're pouring a Guinness, you want to leave room at the top. And if you go within an inch and a half of that top rim, you have failed in your pour. So, yeah. So what else you got over there, Jeanette?
A bottle of gin and green.
What is that?
Orange gin.
Orange gin. Now, is that one of the very flowery floral gins, or is it a more plain gin with the orange hint? What's it like?
I would say it's unique. It's really very orangey and got a kick to it.
Okay.
It's really strong. It's quite a strong...
I suspect that the young lady from Carnival would enjoy that. I remember when we had the Cogs Expo folks on, and she just had a glass of gin. Just like...
Oh, yeah.
Like the way I would drink a glass of water, she had gin.
Yeah, it's just 27%.
Well, that's not too bad. Not too
bad.
I'm always amazed when I make my martinis, my filthy Travis, which I use garlic olives and garlic olive juice in it. When I realize I am drinking a glass of straight alcohol, I'm not cutting it with anything. And so I think some people forget that with gin, when you're having a gin and tonic, you've got it cut with something. When you're having a martini, it's all alcohol. And people drink it like it's a gin and tonic and then, fall on the floor and we're all amused and take pictures and Instagram wins.
So what's your vice today?
Oh, me?
Is it gin?
No,
Yeah.
no. I'm of course starting out with coffee, and you made one of the heavier, more flavorful coffees today, didn't you? Is this the Verona?
No, it's Dunkin' Donuts.
It's
Original blend.
It's got a bit of a barky bitterness to it.
I made it stronger.
Gotcha. And then I also have brandy. So, and I'm out of martini glass. Maybe that's why martinis are on my brain. And today I will be smoking some cross-eyed cricket. And I have a variety. Most of them, actually all 4 pipes I picked are Mr. Brogg pipes. And I'm going to start with my little mini church ward in there, which I sometimes mistakenly call Church Hills. Jenny's here, Jenny. Now,
She
Jeanette,
is.
as we were logging in, you were asking,
Yeah.
when is Jenny going to be on? Jenny is
Yeah.
not going to be on today. She's not feeling well, but she has joined us in the chat here, so that's always
Yay.
awesome. Yay, Jenny! It's I've been using.
I hope you're feeling better.
Oh, no. Okay.
And I have been. What have I been doing? Oh, using the picture she drew. And I really love the bottom banner that says, "What's your vices?" That is adorable and inspirational to
And
me.
everybody answers it.
They do, yes. People have commented on
It's great.
when I put it up as my profile picture. We have a list of answers of what vices are, and they vary from like coffee to their favorite drink to making fun of the opposite political party. Nasty stomach bug thing. Oh, we worry about you anyway because you're awesome. So, Jeanette, speaking of awesome, let's now you've gone to a handful of steampunk events and conventions and festivals, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Which ones have you gone to?
At the moment, Twitch can't. I'm going to have to turn Twitch off
Say again?
because I'm switching Twitch off on my end because I'm getting two volumes.
Oh yes, all you have to do is mute on Twitch. Just mute it.
Yeah, I couldn't find the mute, and at the moment you're asking me questions. So I'm switching off.
Bottom
At the
left.
moment I'll switch off. I'll take
Okay.
that in.
Okay.
I've been to a lot. I started going to steampunk events in this country back in beginning of 2015. I went to the Surrey Steampunk Convivial, which is just down the road from me, a couple of miles. And Ben Henderson is the one who organised it, and I met him at an open mic, and he told me about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was my first one, and I went there and discovered family, as I would call it. And since then, I've been travelling. I did actually write this down because I've been to so many. Right. Festival of Steam and Transport at Chatham Docks. Now, as a whole, that's not a steampunk festival, but it does have called Steampunk Village, which is hosted and run by the steampunks from Kent called the Great Kent Expectations.
Oh yeah.
And that's it. That's what it looks like. The actual building that it's held in.
That's very nice.
And inside, it's on the mezzanine. It's upstairs, above the museum. That is upstairs, and have all the traders and entertainments and so on and that.
See, I like that. Over there, you call them traders. Here we call them vendors, and I like.
Oh.
Traders feels a little more throwback to the era for me. It's of course you have to be careful you get your English right and call them traders, not traitors.
Oh yes. Then I went to the Asylum in Lincoln.
Now that one intrigues me.
Yes, that is. We take over the entire town.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the Castle Square, which is in front of the castle, which is in front of. You can see the cathedral in the background.
See, that's the one I want to be a guest at. That's the one I need to invite me overseas to do a live show from.
Absolutely, it's now I suspect it's now the largest, possibly in the world. There's several thousand steampunks every day that go there. It's over a 4-day period. And footfall, that's just with tourists as well and people who are visiting. There's about 10,000 people a day visit the city.
Wow. Now, let me... I love that you brought visual aids. Are those pictures that you took, or did you purchase those? Okay, so you took them and printed them out. Nice, very nice.
Yeah. That's the front of the part of the castle there, where people do a parade on a Sunday or Saturday.
Nice. See, we need a castle. We should get a castle.
I want a castle.
Yeah. And then little things like races inside, the races, the circuit.
Nice. I think I recognize a few of those guys.
Exactly. And
nice.
That's cool.
It is.
Cool bike.
It is very cool.
And it actually does work. You know, it's puts around. And there's also in the castle grounds the competitions as well as traders that are in the grounds of the castle. They also do like pastoral with the Nerf guns. So
nice.
and there's things on display. There's a lot going on there. There's a beard contest where everybody they judge on who's got the best beard. There's entertainment. There's an open stage where people will be like Victor and the Bully have been on the stage and playing there. There's also they do what do they call it? Gosh, dancing. Oh, gosh, brain's gone. It's where you dance. Chaps dance with bells on their legs and they're waving.
Belly dancing.
No, waving handkerchiefs. I can't remember that. It's a terrible thing. My brain has gone completely. And I haven't had that much to drink yet.
Bells and handkerchiefs. I know you should drink more. It'll clear it right up.
You're probably right there. Come to me in a minute. I'll probably say something.
What have you found to be the biggest difference between the US
so we said it's
UK?
Morris dancing.
Morris dancing?
Morris dancing. That's it. Morris dancing. Yes, there's various ones.
Actually, I was looking at Ben's event, and I saw first of all your dueling, like your parasol dueling. They actually put little boxing gloves on the end of their parasols.
Biritsu. That's actually fencing.
Right.
It's not parasoling in a way.
I need to do that.
But
they put a helmet on their heads.
Yes.
It's actually made out of beer containers, actually.
But what I'm trying to say here is it seems a little bit more physically active than a lot of the U.S. type dueling, because I've seen the umbrella dueling and whatnot, and it's a bit tip tap. But there, where you're putting on helmets and stuff, it sounds like somebody's going to beat the snot out of someone else.
Oh yeah, I've got some good photographs. I haven't printed them out, but sort of.
Nice.
And that's why they got the little boxing gloves on the end, so
don't put an eye out. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, they like the beer containers. Actually, they kind of look like spaceman helmets once they have them on, and they do warn there's no air holes, so there is a risk of an asphyxiation.
Yes. So you have to take a breath before you start dueling.
So it's quite good fun. I guess you guys haven't hit the level of litigation that the United States has, where people sue for anything. So we have all these extra safety features.
We do quite all right, and yes, you should say. At Ben's event, the Surrey Convivial, it's very much like being part of a garden party in a way. It's very like being part of a big family and enjoying talks and looking at, as you say, stalls and traders, as well as listening to music and playing silly games. Often Ben spends a lot of time researching Victorian parlour games, and and also what's nice about the pub that we're in, upstairs is where they had entertainment, and when you listen to people reciting their steampunk stories or doing some silly games, and downstairs there's a pub which serves real ale and nice food. And then occasionally we have games downstairs. We've even done some teapot racing downstairs as well.
Nice.
But in the summer, like you get outside. There's got a big garden, and so games are played out in the garden as well. And like game of Westminster. That sounds not badminton, but Westminton. What happened? Because it's using a netting, which you would use for playing badminton, and you've got your badminton rackets, but you've got a white balloon attached to the netting on a long string, and the case of you have to pat it over to the other side, and if it hits the ground, that's is when it's out. So it's a kind of it's a version of badminton with a twist.
It sounds so much better than regular badminton because that little thing just goes whew everywhere.
Exactly. We can't go anywhere because it's attached to a bit of string, which is a good job because otherwise we'd be chasing balloons all over the place.
Yes, that definitely sounds more like my type. Even as a kid, I never much enjoyed badminton because we were horrible at it. And it wasn't fun. It was, you might as well just run around the block 5 times and get the same amount of enjoyment.
And we also, on the Saturday, we have use of the church over the road. And we have traders there and also entertainment within the actual church itself, within the church itself. And so we have people like Sprig and Mist and maybe Victor the Bully, but I don't know if they've actually played there. But we've had Wattingers and people like that have played. I think there was definitely old belly dancing going on there.
Very good.
Yes, and outside, alongside the church, within the church grounds, play battle croquet. And yes,
you should explain a little bit about it. Battle croquet to Andrea. She'll be interested in that.
That is a bit more difficult. I think Ben is definitely the expert because he actually made up the rules. And it's basically, I think it's about 4 a side. I think it's about 4 people each side, and there's one ball which is a coloured ball, which is at each end, and name of the game is to get to the other person's ball at the other end. Now, it's laid out as though we've got battle lines, and you have to obviously knock your ball with the croquet mallets through the hoops to try and get through the battle lines. There's also an umpire, and actually there's 3 umpires, and there's one person who actually holds a timer, which is a bomb, in their hands. He said that was a bomb. It goes off in about 4 minutes. It's 4 minutes play or something. And what happens is that you can cheat. Each side has hats. The men have fezzes. And also there's flowers, bunches of flowers. And what you do is, if you wanted to cheat, you throw the flowers onto the battlefield, and the 3 judges go, "Oh, look at that!" and get distracted. Look at those flowers, and before they sort of gather their wits, they're knocking the ball steadily towards the opponent's goal, sort of thing. And the same thing happens when you throw down the hats as well. There's a I can't remember if it was. I think that it's the hats one, which the rule, which I'm a bit stuck on.
So it's a little bit like croquet and football put together there.
Yes, in a way. Although, interesting enough, we do play football up in the pub itself. We play rubbish football.
And how is that played?
We have a green felt cloth, like the sabutu, with the little goals. Because
Okay.
it's a very old game from the 1970s, 80s,
Now,
where you
foosball?
Sabuto.
I'm not familiar with it.
Sabuto.
What about you, Toey? Do you know? But go on with the description. Maybe
Okay.
Toey will know which one you're talking about.
So instead of having little men that you flick around to try
Right.
and stop the ball from going into your goal, and you're trying to get it into the other goal,
Hmm.
we have the ball, but we use the party poppers. You know, the blowers.
I
Those
saw
ones.
a picture of that. Yes, the little
Yes.
wee wee things.
Well, if you looked on Ben's ones, most of those are my photographs that you're looking at. And and you try to push your opponent's ball into the
You
internet
know,
goal.
Jeanette, if I may interrupt, I like a smaller convention or festival over a larger one because I get to interact with individuals instead of dodging crowds. And
Mhm.
it's that kind of stuff that you get to do at the smaller ones that makes, or watch if you're not into doing,
Yes,
and it makes it so much more interactive and personal than just a
yes.
big shopping mall of people.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
yeah, I enjoy that type of stuff so much more. And I enjoy still going to a larger con, but I'm not there to
Yes.
interact. I'm there to gawk at the spectacle, the huge, massive movement and
Yes.
whatnot.
I think that's what it is. Is that it's just like it's very personal. You do feel as though you're having a big garden party with your family. That's it. It sort of feels like, and you have a good laugh. Then there's other events going on around the country I've been to. There's Crew,
Hmm.
where the whole town. We there's the steam engines. There's outdoor musician, people, outdoor stage,
Hmm.
and there's also a clubhouse where in the evening there's entertainment. Although I believe that this year there's going to be in a different building because the clubhouse is not as convenient. So so we kind of like entertain the people of the town.
Hmm.
Strange thing about that town, it's dead on 6 o'clock in the evening. It becomes a ghost town. You don't see a single soul
But then the
anywhere.
steampunks can just take over the streets.
Well, we do. We walk around. It feels like we're in a zombie movie, or something. Because
That sounds kind of
when it's
awesome.
sort of you got the last was it last 28 days or 28 days?
28 days later, or 28 days
Yes, that's
after.
it. That's it. 28 days later. It's a bit like that. The first time we saw that, we went to a pub. We thought we'll have a fantastic Sunday lunch. We got there just before, just in time. We had, I think I had a pint of Guinness for about £1.50,
Oh, that's
and
a
we
good
had,
price.
I know, and we had for £2.50. We had an enormous Sunday roast dinner, and then we got chucked out at 6 o'clock. They were closing, unless we came out everywhere, the whole town, all the shops, everything completely shut. Even the takeaways in the town
That
itself.
that is the perfect time to go get photos with all the interesting buildings because there's nobody else around.
True. So that's in the market square. What
So
else I've
what's
been
what's
to?
the biggest difference you have found between the U.S. and the U.K.
Oh,
festivals?
I think, like you said, um, in big events, it all takes place in big hotels.
Hmm.
And like, for instance, I went to World's Fair last year, and
That's
that's
where
over
we
two.
met you.
Yes, exactly, over the two big hotels.
Hmm.
And then the TeslaCon. I went to TeslaCon last year, and that again is one big
Will you be
hotel.
going this year?
Although I did, yes.
We will be attending again this year, so we'll see you there.
Ah,
And
and
possibly ExpectoCon. Are you familiar with that?
I've heard it, but yeah, I know that's to do with Harry Potter, I believe, isn't it? Themed
Harry Potter-ish, but they will also be mixing
ish.
in some of the other stuff. So if you're a Supernatural fan, if you've ever seen that show, or the
Yeah, yeah,
magicians or the librarians, so they will blend it because they can't
It's magic.
legally. Yeah, it's
yes,
magic, kind of the dark gothic fantasy modern magic blend because they can't use the Harry Potter It's owned. J.K. Rowling and others
Yeah.
own it, so if they used it, they get sued, they lose all their money, and not worth that. So they're blending all these, but it's the same folks who run TeslaCon. It's Eric John Larson
Yeah.
and his crew. So, as a matter of fact, we're due to have him on in a month or so to talk about it on the Monday show, July.
July 2nd, we will have a show dedicated to Expecticon.
Yeah, so
The
that.
other thing,
Mm-hmm.
the other thing I noticed with Steampunk's World Fair was there's a lot of cosplay. Certainly, certainly seems to focus on a lot of cosplay.
You get a lot more blend, don't you?
And comic. You get the comic characters that've been translated in steampunk.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
It's the
So
Americans.
sort of,
They love to mix more than one thing into their stuff. So you get a lot of the anime. You get a lot of the here's the X-Men as steampunks, etc.
yes. We do have a little bit better here. We do have it here. You notice it. Not so much where, sorry, steampunk can be everywhere. You don't get the that comic cosplay, but at Whitby you get a mixture of people. You'll get people who are that's one of the ones I went to, Whitby, and that has a mixture of people. There's some you get steampunked Batman and.
It's
things like that.
When it first came out, when steampunk first started having conventions and festivals, everybody dressed Victorian. And we were all unique because we all dressed Victorian. And what I have come to understand in the European steampunk events, it is still that way, and as well as Australia, New Zealand. Yeah. But in the US are like, oh, well, we were special, but now we look like everybody else all over again, so now let's take steampunk and mix it with this other thing, and now I'm unique again. So I think it's just people wanting to stand out amongst a group that already stands out.
Yeah, but we do get, still get some amazing creations which really stand out. I mean, you tend to get quite a lot of fairies, interesting enough.
Now, do you know who Karen Kay is? She runs Fae Magazine. She's out of the UK. Okay. We're going to have her on. You know, Andrea, I need to contact her and see if she would rather do a Thursday instead of a Monday, just because Monday shows
all the time.
Jeanette, as you know, it's the middle of the night for you. So I wonder if Karen would rather come on during the day, and that might be more convenient to her audience also.
I'll make a note so you can
remember.
Yeah, pretty much. It's because that's what I do.
So, what do you think you like best? Which type of convention? Not necessarily which convention, because I love different conventions for different reasons.
I do. My first love has always been the Surrey Convivial, because it's like a party with friends, and it's, as you say, it's more intimate.
Yes.
But there again, I've also got other festivals I've been to. There's been let's see, small ones being held at museums like Swindon Train Museum, and railway stations, Burleston Brickworks. We do one day convivial at Crossness Pumping Station, which is a old Victorian pumping station, and with sewage and that. But inside, it's been that amazing architecture, all that ironwork that the Victorians made in those days, and they're restoring it, and that's quite amazing. I mean, when I went there I think the first time was last year. We also had some Tesla coils, giant ones as well, in that area, and in the main building we were doing teapot racing and traders and entertainment, doing steampunk games, Moth. That's Ben's band was singing there, and
So when you go to one, what's the one thing that you always try to do every time you go to any convention or festival? Steampunk festival or convention.
Oh.
Is it the music? Is it just drinking yourself silly on the bar? Is it doing the teapot races? What's the one thing that you're like, I'll always go do that?
I'd probably tea dueling.
Very good.
If
Now,
I can.
do you participate?
I do participate, not always, but I'm often taking photographs, or people asking me to do videos. But where I can, I will sort of join in and have a go at doing teapot race, tea dueling.
Do you win?
Haven't had time. Occasionally, but I've never won what they call the Surrey Ashes, which is actually a tea bag that's been incinerated and it's put in a little box and presented as a trophy. And if you are the loser in the final, you have what's called the bib of shame.
Nice. See, that is so much. I don't even know if they give. I know I've seen a couple tea duelings at different steampunk symposium or whatnot, and there is usually a presentation at the end, but I don't think they have trophies with so much personality, because it's definitely a little more personality than. And by the way, the U.S. with our little proclivity of everybody wins, everybody blah blah blah, we do not mock the losers, and I think there is a certain love in mocking a loser, especially when it's like the bib of shame. That's just you can wear it with pride and shame. You know, it still stands out and says something.
And then there's a game like Are You There, Moriarty? And that's where Ben's got some amazing eye shades that you put on, which have got eyes on. They look like frogs' eyes. So they put them on. They can't see. You've got these frogs' eyes, and then you're on a round table. Usually a round table can be rectangular, hopefully with rounded
corners,
because it can be best to have oval. You hold on to the person that you're competing with, and in one hand you're holding on to, on the other hand you've got a rolled up newspaper, and you say to your opponent, "Are you there, Moriarty?" And they have to say yes, and then trying to guess where they are, you try to whack their head with the newspaper. And I think it's the best. Usually it's best of 5 or something like that. Depends how amusing it is. And interesting enough, at the last a birthday party that I went to, where there was a mixture of steampunks and medieval reenactors. Mm-hmm. There was a variation on Are You There, Moriarty? They wore the jousting helmets over their heads. And also they put blindfolds on, they put jousting helmets on top. And then they had swords. but they were plastic swords, of course.
Oh, very good.
And
okay.
So they were using, and then they were basically doing the same thing. Oh, there Moriarty and whacking them. But those helmets weighed an absolute ton. And,
so the person you're holding on to is the one that you're trying to smack, is that correct?
Yes.
But you have to hit him in the head.
Person has to, the other person has to try and duck and dive out the way.
It's what kind of drunkard came up with that game?
I think
and I'm not complaining. It's a tone of admiration I have here. Is it actually a period game?
Well, this is what Ben has actually been researching, and he says it's a Victorian parlour game. So he goes and dives in and finds these weird and funny games. There's another game which I don't think is Victorian in origin, but it's playing Skittles with a difference. You wear a pair of tights over your head, but at the end of the pair of tights there's a ball, and you've got this line of Skittles, about 5 each. Each got a row of Skittles. Your opponent has, and you have to stand there, not using your hands, but you have to swing the ball to knock the Skittles over.
Now, to be clear, in case we have any Yanks watching, Skittles there are not what they are here. Here, they're little teeny candies.
Oh no!
You want to tell us what they are there?
Bowling pins, like bowling pins in a
Right.
way, but they're not that. But they're not actually shaped. They're actually a kind of a tube.
Mm-hmm.
Really strange. It's not. It's a tube which each end bellows out.
Like an hourglass shape.
Yeah, it's like that, and it's sort of. And you can stand them in a plastic. They're not a true bowling pin at all, but it has that same, idea of action. So if you didn't have,
Oh, I looked it up. It's in a European lawn game. Skittles.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
That's
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I'm gonna put the link because depends. Okay, I see what it is. I'm gonna put a link in the chat.
Andrea, you know when we're in the bars and they have like a yard or a half yard of beer?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's I assume the shape is a bit similar to. Oh, they look like penises. That's really what they look like, isn't it?
They do. Yeah.
Yeah, they just look like, the towers of Turkey or Russia or perhaps a penis. Either one.
But yes,
very nice.
There's I'm going to one event which I'm looking forward to up in Durham, and it's called the North Star Convivial. I think it's called North Star Convivial. It's Build Your Own Festival. That's right, it's Build Your Own Festival. What you do is you can camp.
Mm-hmm.
You can bring your own camper, or you can stay in a bed and breakfast. And there are traders there. There's entertainment. It's all outdoors, virtually all outdoors, except for I think there is a building which I think evening entertainment is going to take place. But you can buy trips to Durham. You can buy a trip to go up in a plane
nice.
to fly over Durham. You can go on a train trip. You can also, because it's in an activity centre, adventure activity centre, you can also have a go at archery, pistol shooting, rifle shooting. You can have a go at pirate activities. Interesting. You can go. You can do more physical stuff.
I'm curious about the pistol shooting. So is it like a BB pistol, or is it a real modern gun, or is it a ball and powder? What are we looking at there? Because I know the laws there are very different from here in the U.S.
I know. Tell me about it. I know. Well, I don't know which pistol that they'll be using. That's something I don't know. But it could be they might be doing air rifle. They might do air pistol.
Okay.
Or, which I hope it will be, I'd love it if they did black powder, because I shoot black powder, so I'd be interested to do that. And but it depends on the setup, I suppose. The only thing with black, there's so many rules and regulations about the range and so on and that, and who goes on it and so on and that. It depends. If they've got a proper range, then you probably could do black powder. But I suspect it's probably air rifle. I suspect.
Probably. But that's still better than using a Nerf gun or something.
Yes.
And there's nothing wrong with a Nerf gun for a little fun, but for something like that, I feel like you'd want something not Nerf gun.
I really want to go over there now to a steampunk event because it sounds so fun.
It's outdoors because the weather is so much better for an outdoor activity than it here in the U.S. where it gets so hot comparatively.
It depends. Last year it got cancelled because it rained so hard. The ground waterlogged. It's close to Scotland, you see.
I see. Well, I have boots that can handle that.
But this year it's in July, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to stay dry. But there's also some steampunk events that I've been to, which are, on the whole, has steampunk elements. for instance, the Dickens Festival at Rochester.
Oh, yes.
It's all sort of Victorian, but there's the Great Kent Expectations, the steampunks from Kent. They they take part in the parade, and also they give talks about steampunk and about Charles Dickens writing a steampunk type of novel.
Right.
I can't remember the name of it. It's called the Mud Fog Papers. I think it's called that. And it's about the police in the courtroom are all automatons. They're all sort of like the robots. I haven't actually read it, but I was in the parade, and my fellow steampunks were made up to look like sort of automatons, sort of thing, like robots. But in obviously in the Victorian police outfits and such like that, with steampunk elements.
Now, let me ask. Do you have, when we visited the UK, we were in London for a day, and then we went down to the Isle of Wight for a couple of weeks. Now, they had a store there similar to our Zombie River is what your glass says. I just realized.
It's actually called Zombie Reviver.
Oh, Reviver. Very good. It's got a little skull and crossbones there. Okay, very good. But we were there, and here in the U.S. we have dollar stores where everything is $1 when you go in. And there, they have, since you don't have $1, you have pounds. It was Pound Town, which of course is a wonderful
Poundland.
Poundland, yes. Which of course is a wonderful
love that store.
Tongue-in-cheek comment of innuendo. But I'm looking behind you at this big, beautiful blank wall, and then I saw this handful of photos that you showed. Perhaps Poundland has one pound picture frames, and you should go get a dozen of them and put those pictures up behind you there.
Oh yeah.
I've actually got a picture to go up behind me, but it's out in the in my studio. It's the the Imaginarium book, Imaginarium.
Yes, I believe I do.
I've actually got the Gambler picture, the very first one that Nichols. Oh gosh, I think I need more beer.
At least then, when you can't remember, you have a good reason. Ah, very good.
Gary Nichols. Yes, he's the one who is an amazing photographer, and he also wrote the storyline. And it's taken him 3-4 years, I think it took to the first volume, and a lot of the people that are actually in the book, I know. I've got to know over time, and it's amazing. Hannah Spring and Montague Jacques Fromage and other people as well are in the book. So it's fascinating. Of course, I have to buy a copy.
Of course. Hey, Roughhead. Yes, we are live, Roughhead. Thank you for joining us. We're here with our guest out of the UK discussing different steampunk festivals on each side of the pond. So, Roughhead is one of the gentlemen. Kennedy, I guess we should go with Kennedy, because if I don't remember to call him Kennedy, he will remind me.
Where's this?
This is on Twitch, on the chat.
It's on Twitch.
Like I said, if you do want to leave the Twitch page up, just pause the video or mute it, depending on your
I've done it now.
Very good.
I found the mute button.
Yes.
There you go.
It is
Before
helpful.
that, when you were talking, I couldn't see or hear you properly, so I had to switch it off.
Yes, you were hearing us twice, 15 seconds apart.
Oh,
which is crazy.
It is.
Mine's a bit. I'm going. Full screen. Okay, there we go. Although it's a bit delayed.
I am.
Whoa.
Yeah, this is why we pause it, so we don't watch ourselves 15 seconds ago.
Yes.
Yeah, I just watched the chat.
This is slightly clogged. So, what?
No. I was thinking that, as you're saying that about the different festivals and how it is different, is I found that TeslaCon is very much an immersive
It is.
event.
I like Tesla.
Storyline. Exactly. That's now become one of my favourites.
I
Yeah.
haven't been yet. This will be my first year.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Battle of Britain this year.
It is. We'll have to hang out with you, and you can give us the proper history that we don't know. You should study
well,
up.
I mean, they're promising us a full English breakfast, but I'll be interested to see what
Nice. See what they come up with.
It's so different. Your bacon's different.
Oh,
your sausages are different.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't have tomatoes or beans with our breakfast as you do.
Well, and some places black pudding.
That's true. That's true. It's
what is black pudding?
It's supposed to call it. It's made out of blood, actually. And that sounds. It's a blood pudding. With cereals and so on. Yes, it's sliced, and it's then fried or grilled.
You see, yes. America, the only thing pudding is here is a sweet dessert type thing. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's really different.
Toey says it's
an abomination.
But there is, I can't remember the name of it, but there's a strange pudding stroke pie, which is half savoury and half sweet combined.
Okay.
So half of it is savoury and the other half is sweet. I don't know what the name of it is. It's really a weird one. It comes, I think, from up north, I suspect. I don't know. I'm probably going to get...
blame it on the Scots.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite food when you come to America? What's something you can't find where you're at that you like that's here?
Oh. I do like your lobster chowders.
Ah, yeah.
Yes. And especially, I've had it in a bowl made out of bread.
Oh, yeah.
That's good, the bread bowls. And by the way, Jenny says we have something called blood pudding here in Sweden, too. Served in slices with fried bacon and lingonberry jam.
I love lingonberry jam. Oh.
I have never seen a wild lingonberry.
Lingonberry.
Because we're all tame now.
It's so small, this writing. I can't see. Oh, lingonberry. Oh, okay. I've never come across that.
Oh, it's really good. It's like sweet and tangy. Oh, I love it.
I've heard of loganberries, but not lingonberry.
Berries everywhere.
Oh, and of course, I do like if you get a very good meatloaf. I do like
meatloaf is
I make good meatloaf.
Poor man's steak, and it's easy to make it bad.
Yeah.
What else were you going to say there, Jeanette?
No, I'm just trying to think of all what I've had over the years. I have travelled around America, not just the steampunk. I did actually go to Pennsylvania, and I took part in the 135th anniversary of the Battle of Gettysburg as a female soldier.
Nice.
So that was in 1998. That was quite something. And I've been to Florida and Arizona, Wyoming, Utah, Nevada, California, Virginia. Pennsylvania.
That's where we are now.
We're in Virginia.
Okay, of course, Wisconsin.
Of course, Wisconsin, yes. Though I doubt you got away from the hotel very much while there. Though they do have some historic stuff they do. During the day, they'll give some tours.
No, I was in a hotel. I was in the Fairfield Hotel. Mm-hmm. And I commuted between the hotels on an electric scooter. Which is quite good fun, stopping all the traffic and you go by in Victorian outfits,
That's always
okay. So you're a beer drinker.
Yeah.
Have you found any beers here in America that you like?
There is the microbreweries. That actually, I like to taste all the micro brewers. I can't say that there's any particular one. Oh, yes, I do. Monty introduced me to it. Blue Moon.
Blue Moon is the real one. A very light, crisp beer with a bit of a
citrus.
Citrus, yes. Yes, which
apparently it's about almost 6%, I believe, in its strength. So it's actually got more power than you expect. It tastes.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, I ordered. This is funny because Monty introduced me to it. Okay, so I looked on the menu. Okay, and it had three. I thought it had three sizes or something like that. I can't remember. I chose one. I thought I had that one. I thought that'd be about that big sort of thing. I ended up with like a litre in front of me. And
we do have large sizes here, don't we?
And I had it in a jug. And I drank it. And Monty's expecting me to keel over any minute.
It's yet my pipe is giving me an issue. It has clogged.
So yes, I find Blue Moon refreshing. I quite like that now. We have beers like from Sierra Nevada ones.
Yes, yes.
And the Sam
Adams.
Sam
Adams. Yes, they're the ones that I'm used to drinking. But I'm not into lagers or these very pale, weak
I'm
beers.
not into the pale either.
Gassy beers.
Though out of Virginia, there's a place called Devil's Backbone. It's a brewery, and they make a very good lager.
Some of that.
While we were in the UK, yeah, that one's a pretty decent lager because it's got a good full body flavor and whatnot. And I don't know if I'm going to get this silly pipe unjammed.
Get another pipe. You have 50.
I do.
My local pub is Wetherspoons, and they regularly have beer festivals, and they have beer from all over the world. From Australia, I believe even Japan, America, and on the European beers and so on like that. So I've drunk some microbrewery type of beers. Actually, the brewers from America have actually flown over and often would make a beer especially for the festival.
Nice.
You'd think they'd want to use their regular ones instead. That way, if you guys like it, you can get it again. Whereas a special one made just for the festival, you can't ever have it again.
Yeah,
it's a thing.
Yes. The other thing is that beers don't always necessarily travel well.
Yeah.
We went to a little beer festival when we were in the UK.
They did have one, didn't they? It was expensive for each beer, though. It was 5 to 7 pounds per beer.
Oh.
And we're like,
well, we had one.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't. It's one of those ones. Can you, for £1, give me just a couple ounces so I can taste it and see which one I like best? And
I went to a beer festival at Earl's Court, which is in London, a big venue, which now doesn't hold the beer festivals anymore, unfortunately. And they would sell the beers, and Wetherspoons do it as well during the beer festival. They sell it in thirds.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go up there and you can taste 3 different beers, but only be drinking 1 pint.
Right.
Or you can share it. So
that's how it should be.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, I want to go ahead and thank you for being on with us, Jeanette. Oh, we can see the rest of your glass now that you've drank enough beer. There's
extra strength voodoo potion.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Nice.
But I want to thank you for joining us. We are going to go into a break here and say goodbye to our guest, but we will see you, I don't know, you pop up pretty regularly and hang out with us, so we appreciate that.
Yes,
and then we'll actually see you in Wisconsin.
That's right, where we can share a pint.
one thing about I have never seen it in America, and that is what is known as the corset limbo dancing.
Okay.
I don't know what that is.
And even the men can have a go. You put a few of the corsets.
Oh, limbo. Yes.
Limbo. Then you have to try and bend and go under.
Yeah, Ben
I'm
has
not
that
doing
on
that.
his.
Yeah.
I did see that. So we'll have to watch for that, and we'll talk to Ben about that when we get him on here in a few weeks.
Familiars. Have you heard of familiars?
Only as a wizarding pet.
They're like a mascots. It's true, and they're often be steampunks. And you can get little models made of them. You can buy them for gaming purposes. There are some steampunk ones made, and even miniature medals that they can wear as well. And also, Ben's invented like a bazooka. He puts them in and he fires them, and you have to try and get them into a hat or hit a target.
We've seen things like that with kind of a rubber band catapult type situation. Like
if you look on my webpage, you'll see a lot of my albums, and well as on Ben's, and you'll see a lot of pictures of that sort of thing.
We'll have to check it out. But Jeanette,
so what is your webpage, real quick?
Oh, it's just my name, Jeanette Macklin.
Are you talking about your Facebook page?
Facebook page, yeah.
Okay.
I do have I also have a YouTube channel as well. But,
very good.
Okay.
Jeanette, thank you so much for joining us today. Appreciate it.
Thank you. That time has gone quickly.
It has, and that's an hour. We flew an hour past.
Really?
Yes.
An hour.
Wow.
So.
Well, it's been a joy.
Cheers to you, my dear.
Cheers. I look forward to meeting you again.
Indeed. A few months. Okay, and as for everyone else, if you'll give us a minute, we're going to go on a break, but we've got this wonderful video for you to watch. So we'll be back. Sit right back and relax, or get up and get a drink and refill what you have, while the cast and cohorts and co-hosts of Talk of the Tavern do the same. And here's the testimony of some of the great people we've had on Talk of the Tavern or previously on Sounds of Steam. Enjoy.
This is Gail Carragher, author of The Finishing School and the Custard Protocol series, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Aiden Sivart, Steampunk Indiana Jones.
Hey, this is Scott.
This is Samantha.
And we're Frenching the Punk.
I'm Karen Kay, also known as the Fairy Lady and editor of Fame magazine, and also founder of Fairy Events.
This is K.W. Jeter, author of Infernal Devices and Fiendish Schemes.
Kircher here. I play Bifur in the Hobbit trilogy, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Trevor Crafts, executive producer and creator of Lantern City.
This is Lord Bobbins of TeslaCon. Huzzah!
Steampunk Funk Bazaar here, Lord Monty right in front of your radio.
Hello, this is Professor Elemental. When I'm not taking a bath in gin or trying to invent a new kind of badger, I'm listening. Oh, yes.
This is Stephen Davis of Raising Steam UK, 2-day Steampunk Festival in Reading. Enjoy.
I'm Thomas Williford of Brute Force Studios, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Commander Bob of Victor Sierra.
Je suis la légendaire princesse convertie de Victor Sierra.
Hi, my name is Sarah from Valentine Wolf.
Hey, this is Braxton from Valentine Wolf.
This is Aileen the Peacemaker, the founding editor of Beyond Victoriana, the multicultural steampunk blog.
Hey, this is Joseph C.R. Vortek, otherwise known as Electro Swing Neo Vintage DJ Vortek, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern. I hope you come out of it in one piece. I'm not sure I did.
And don't forget about our other shows during the week. Tuesday, Middle Age Gamers on Wednesday, and Virtual International Pub VIP on Thursdays. Make sure you join us there, 1 p.m. Eastern to 4 p.m.
Hi, my name is Ashley Rogers. I'm the organizer of the Copper Claw.
This is Calamity Dawn, mixologist of Airship Passepartout.
This is Commodore Lorpikar of Lost Saints Curiosities.
This is Jimmy Diggs of the Crypto Historians, reminding you that the future is in your hands.
This is Gabrielle Reel.
Hi, this is D. Clarence Snyder, writer of the Bright Future series, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Professor Marcus O'Bannon,
the Chief Scientific Investigator for the Crypto Historians.
This is Lady Gatita of Nerdvana.
Hey, this is Angie Velo from Ghostfire.
This is Hannah Titania, Queen of the Fairies.
This is Jeff Platt of Highland Steamworks.
This is Danielle Ackley McPhail, co-author of Baba Ali and the Clockwork Djinn, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern Radio.
Hi, this is John R. White, author of The Tales of the Airship Neverland.
This is Catherine Gleason, author of Anatomy of Steampunk, The Fashion of Victorian Futurism.
This is opera singer Katie Catt.
This is Keith Prusak of Bad September.
This is Captain James Barrington of the mighty Claxton.
This is Emily Leverett, and I'm the editor of Big Bad and Anthology of Evil, Volumes 1 and 2, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
Hola Radio Escuchas, les habla Lady Smoke de Sociedad de Steampunk Argentina y Sindicato Dieselpunk.
This is Melanie Grace with Live Steamy.
We are Warren and Betsy Talbot of MarriedWithLuggage.com.
This is Christopher Meeker, author of Hawthorne, Chronicles of the Brass Hand.
This is Mickey Wonderland, Steampunk Fairy Princess of Wonderland with a fresh cup of Mad Hatter tea.
Hi, this is Margaret McGraw, author of the prompt writing blog WritersSpark.com, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
Hello, this is Mishkin from Bird Eats Baby.
This is Nim Derringer of Airship Hypatia.
This is Painless Parker.
This is Persephone Burroughs Dimebagger, co-captain of the Airship Hypatia.
This is Psyche of Psyche Corporation.
Ahoy, me darlings. This is Misty Massey, author of Mad Kestrel, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
I'm Ellie Ann from Steampunk Homes, author of Slice of Life and The Silver Sickle. Hope you enjoy the show.
This is Captain Jared Cornwall of the Melanie Rose.
Hi, this is Lucy Luminos with Tinker the Web Series.
This is Travis Fessler, the steam-powered circus freak from the Pickled Brothers Circus.
This is Scott Norman of The Wars of Other Men.
I'm Mr. Cat of the Cat in Black Art, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Wendy Callahan, author of The Cronus Clock.
This is Daniel Burrow, creator of Tefra, the steampunk role-playing game. Cheers and gears and good gaming.
This is Tempest Wolf, actor and producer of Tinker Web Series. Tinker by name.
Yeah, we're popping back in a minute or so early before the video is done. It's
Yay!
And Talking Toei has figured out how to make our cat eat. You can also make it dance by typing !disco, and you can make it be fierce by typing !rar. R8.
R8WR.
You got it. So
it's funny, and there's like 3 different ones it does.
You know what I should do? I should do a cheer for it, or something like that. Cat deserves a snack break too, indeed. Here comes the cat now. Hey, squirrel. I should do a, since we can put 3 messages on it, I should do like a hooray or something, but each one I can add like Talking Toei, and I can add a few of our other favorite Twitch people on there, so we could cheer our favorite Twitch people. Who else actually shows up and watches besides Toei, though, that we would want on there?
Skippers are usually on.
But they don't stream.
Well, I don't know.
Because right now, for example, if somebody pops in, for example, when Roughhead pops in, the kitty sits up and says, "Hi, Roughhead." 66.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's that. So everybody gets that when they walk in.
And when people follow, they get a zombie.
They do. I think
and that one, I found that amusing.
They do. They get all kinds of stuff happening. You know,
every time you learn a new trick.
I play with it, don't I? I am like drilling out this.
Are you still messing with that pipe?
I am, and I got it to go through, but it was only the width of, you know, a paper clip. So now I've got to get it to go through enough that I can actually draw.
Is it because you used it a lot, or it's just been sitting?
No, this is only the second or third time. I assume it got a piece of tobacco sucked down the stem, and now that's clogging the way. Yeah, I hate it when I suck a tobacco down my stem.
Ew.
So now I've got my reading glasses on. I like my funky 1970s hat today. It goes well with the vest and the shirt.
It's nice.
I'm looking forward to bringing out the
I'm making my
tea. What are you making? What kind you got? Hey, there's Jeanette again.
I don't know if Jenny's still here. Jenny, are you still here? I'm making Earl Grey tea with some cream and vanilla.
And I do
because
have.
It's my favorite.
I do have articles we can discuss, but I want to fix my pipe first. And I have, two other pipes
I
right
have
here. But...
one thing I'd like to talk about. I've been seeing the headlines. Ew, I got stuff in my tea. Ew. No.
I don't know if Rocket is still here.
Jenny's still here. Hi, Jenny. Okay. Well, I keep seeing the thing about North and South Korea set to, they're reportedly set to announce an official end to war.
Did you find an article about it?
Yeah, the CNBC.
Mm-hmm.
That's the headline. North and South Korea reportedly set to announce official end to war. But I haven't seen if they've done it. This is from 2 days ago, the 17th.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't seen if they actually announced it. I haven't heard anything else.
Let me pop over here. I'm going to check a few other sources. Oh, by the way, did you see it looks like Castro is finally stepping down and Cuba's getting a new president?
That's what I heard. Did they say who?
Yeah, Miguel Diaz-Canel. He's been named the new president. Okay. Now, it says named as opposed to elected.
I don't think they're elected, are they? Aren't they appointed? Or
give me
I'm not sure how it works there.
Scanning the article here.
Hey, tell me, you're knowledgeable. What do they call it? What are they just... Here you go.
How does that work? We know Toei knows things. She drinks and knows things.
She does. And she games, and I really like her gaming tractor game. Farming.
No, they describe him tall and gray-haired. He speaks in a soft monotone.
So he says it's called corruption.
You might not be wrong.
Okay.
So there we go. Yeah, it's. I think he was just put into place, and it is saying here that Raul Castro would remain as head of the armed forces and exercise a large measure of control over the Cuban government. So it sounds like they're putting a face man in who can charm the people while, other people run the country. That's what it sounds like to me. Now let's see if we get...
And they only have one person in charge, unlike here, where we have a Congress and a senators and governors.
Australia's top bank admits to charging dead clients.
Did they get a payment from
them? I don't know. I assume just people after the death announcement, they're still doing bank fees. Amazon reveals it has more than 100 million Prime members. We'd like all of them to come here to subscribe, please. Oh, here we go. North Korea drops withdrawal of U.S. forces as condition of denuclearization. Moon says that's not the same, is it?
What?
Yeah.
No, that's. Why? See, like I said, this is the only thing I've seen on it. The past couple of days, but I haven't looked too much either. Just when I pull up the news on,
right,
the latest headlines.
Let me see. I'm going to, of all places, CNN.com, but I'm going to the Asian news. So see what I can find there.
Is that what it's called? Asian news?
Well, it's news from Asia.
Oh, well, no, because I saw one. There's some sites that say international.
Oh, this is the news from Asia. It's. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about it. There's a shark attack in Australia.
Oh.
Teens record-breaking shooting gold. 8 of Japan's best foodie destinations. Here's one, turning Tokyo into a sci-fi utopia. What do you got?
No, you said foodie destination, so I'd like to go have food.
No, it's interesting. Interesting here.
What?
This whole article, I'm just going to post a copy of the link here.
Okay.
So it's architecture in Tokyo. And it's just 10 pictures of different sci-fi looking destination. And we've seen some of these in movies before.
I just really like the architecture they have.
I don't think it's all across. I think it is specific buildings. For example, the hotel with the round windows outside, and it looks like cubicles stacked on top of each other.
Which one is that? Is that the first one?
No, it's like the third picture, the Nakajin Tower. And yeah, it consists of 140 independent capsules or living cells designed to be individually removed for repairs or replacement.
Oh, I see that one. Oh.
Yeah, but it never happened, and now most of these things are wrapped in nets and straps to keep it from falling apart and crashing down to the seat.
Oh, that's sad. Because that is neat looking.
That's funny. There's a quote here from somebody, I guess the author of the article. I arrived at the site to find all the available views from the ground surrounding footbridges and overpasses were disappointing and ruined by light flares from streetlights. I noticed a crew of repairmen working overhead repairing some cables on the underside of the expressway. With a bit of begging and negotiation, I managed to convince the entire crew to stop what they were doing, pull up the hydraulics on their crane lift truck, and move it back perfectly into position for me in front of the building. They harnessed me up, and a few minutes later I was 60 feet in the air in a perfect position to shoot the tower. That is one charming fellow to get a whole work crew to stop, move their crane, harness him into the lift, and pull him up into the air in the middle of the night. Which, by the way, that's one of the reasons they're a little more effective than us. Because they actually work like construction through a night. They'll put a 7-story hotel up in a week because they do 24-hour shifts.
The thing is, they do have some night construction here, but it costs so much because you have to pay the crew more and then stuff. It's a big thing, which I would guess personally that it would be better to do all the construction in the middle of the night instead of during the day.
I would think so, especially for like road construction and what.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly what I'm talking about is road construction because people are trying to get to work or whatever, and it's congested, and then there's accidents, and it's just a big mess.
Well, also, I think efficiency is if you could go in there and offer, look, we're going to do this job for this much. I mean, as a businessman, if you walk in and go, I have a construction company, I'm going to bid on this job, and I will finish it in a week versus 3.5 months, because I'm going to work 3 shifts per day instead of 1 shift per day. First of all, you're going to make that money quicker, and you're going to be able to go to the next job. You're going to get a great reputation. I just don't see why this doesn't make business sense.
Well, I know there's a lot of red tape and hoops you have to jump through to do things like that because a lot of noise pollution and it's weird. I'm not exactly sure, but I know there are a lot of restrictions.
I feel like it really depends on what you're. If we're talking about building a house that's already in a residential neighborhood, that's one thing. But if you're putting up a hotel in an empty field, or if you're working on a office building in the financial district of a large city, there's not much you're going to disturb at 2 in the morning. You're going to bother more people at 2 in the afternoon when they're normally doing these construction things.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like humankind and efficiency don't go hand in hand.
Seems like everything's a little bit backwards. It's not as efficient. Yeah, not as efficient as it should be.
I agree.
But what do you do? What?
I tapped on this and I heard a knock, knock, knock from your...
Yeah, it's my phone. Elizabeth is at a deli. The pickle lady's at a deli in New York, and she's sending me pictures. Found a good deli and loves the wait staff. You want to see the picture of the wait staff?
Sure.
Hold on.
Oh my God! Now, isn't there a place in Richmond?
It's a cat.
You were saying.
Yeah, I want to go. It's a cat cafe. So.
Skipper.
So apparently, hi Skipper.
Good to see you, buddy.
So apparently, you can get coffee and have cats, which two of my favorite things.
Yeah. So I mean, what is this? What is this place called?
I don't know. I just know there's one up there. Let me check the Google and find out.
Toey, you ever been to this
tea.
place? I know you get around, so that sounds dirty.
Not like that.
Thank you, Jeanette. Appreciate it. Here's to your health, and thanks again for coming on for us for an hour. I don't know what I did with my brandy glass. Maybe it's in the dish dryer.
Oh, I washed it this morning.
Okay.
So it's clean. Oh.
What?
It's called Central Perk. Purrk.
Oh, okay. I'm like, isn't that the name of the coffee shop from Friends? But no.
Yeah, no, this is Perk.
There we go.
Oh God, that's adorable. I'm gonna put the link up. So if anybody's around or coming out this way.
Toey just said there's Central Perk Cat Cafe in Richmond, but I haven't been to it.
Okay. Yeah, that's the one we just found. So there we go. Well, Toey, we should go. We'll do an event.
Why is it Zoomis Lounge instead of centralperk.com?
I don't know. It's called Central Perk and Zoomies.
Zoomies Cat Lounge Hours.
Yeah, it's a cat cafe. I don't know.
I think you're
They're both together. So there's the cat lounge and then the coffee shop. So it's two different. Oh my God, that's so great.
Yeah. Oh, and they're all available for adoption and.
Oh no, don't read that. We can't have that.
Reservations. You gotta have reservations. I have no reservations about going.
I'm gonna put this on our list.
See, and we could call them like ahead of time and go, what is your slowest time? Oh, wait a minute. There's a weekday 3-hour pass for $18, $10 for 1 hour. So you got to pay to pet their cats. Bend and per
Is that for the lounge or just the coffee place?
Oh, no, I think that's the yoga. I think that's for the yoga.
Oh, have you tried to do yoga with cats around? That's a no. Unless it's just laying on the floor sleeping.
I'm looking at the resident cats now. Oh, what big eyes you have. I think one's in a toilet.
Like you do.
I went to the menu. There's nothing on it. I was expecting coffee and Chinese food. Oh, wait, here. It finally populated.
Oh, is there a Chinese place next door?
No, I don't think there is.
Yes, Toey, I am surrounded by cats, but I'm drinking tea right now.
I've got coffee, and I think
don't judge me.
I think the coffee maker just beeped in the kitchen.
It did. It turned off.
So
I have moved on to Earl Grey.
I'm reading the FAQ. We're starting out small, or how many cats will be available? They'll have up to 8 adult cats in the lounge. How many people will be in the lounge? Limiting the number of humans to 8 to 10 per hour to ensure a good time will be had by all. Cats can become overstimulated with too much excitement, and their well-being is our greatest concern. Cats also sleep a lot, so we want to make sure the cat-to-people ratio isn't disappointing for guests.
So 2 people per cat?
No, about 1 person per cat. 8 to 10 humans.
Oh, it said person, 2 cat, not okay. Never mind.
There is an admission fee to get into the cat lounge. That's
okay.
fine. We have our own cat lounge right here with our 8. You just want to go meet strange ones.
I do. Don't judge me.
Why is there an age requirement? Because you ever seen a kid with a cat?
Yeah.
You know what? Actually, it's not unreasonable. They're accepting children 7 and older with a parent or guardian and no more than 2 children per adult.
Yeah, because you got to be able to watch your kids.
Yeah, and if a child you bring is aggressive or excessively excited, you may be asked to leave for the well-being of the cats and other guests. Can everybody please take this policy in? Please? I am totally serious on this. I have no problem with kids in a restaurant. I have no problem with a occasional whoop, giggle, laugh, whatever. But if they are overly aggressive or excessively excited, please remove your child till it is able to behave in a public place again. I'm just saying.
Well, and I've seen kids with animals and the parents don't
Jenny's got to
pay
go.
attention and it hurt them.
Jenny's got to go. I have to head off for now. Got to focus on drawing a picture. Still have some commissions to do. Probably pop by again later. Jenny, have a great day. Sorry you weren't feeling well enough. And perhaps we'll see you at a convention sometime. Don't
Feel
forget,
better.
we're great background noise. You don't have to type. You can just listen. But it's your call. I understand music sometimes is better for art than Travis.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind other people's kids, but I don't want to have to interact with them from across the room where I'm not actually allowed to speak to them, but they're definitely influencing my experience. Fuckers.
Yeah.
Can I bring snacks and beverages into Zombies? Really? Can I bring snacks for the cats? No.
Yeah, they're on a... Come on, people.
Ooh.
But, they had to answer that because,
No, it's true. It's
reasonable.
Always one. They provide snacks for the animals,
know.
but you can't book a private event or volunteer there, and that's kind of awesome.
Oh, we should do a private event.
Maybe.
Cats and coffee.
Once we have...
We'll buy our own coffee. I'm sorry.
Excuse me, sorry. I feel like they
very excited.
I feel like they should have more pictures of the place, I'm going to check their social media now.
I don't see any pictures.
No, there's like 8 pictures of different cats. Do you remember back in my day, websites had pictures of the damn place that it was a website for. So you had an idea of what you're going into.
Oh, they're so cute.
So, wow, you just kind of... No, this is great. See, I can imagine going there on a regular basis if I lived someplace and I couldn't have cats.
Well, I know there are some places, I'm not exactly sure where. It's an office, and you can rent a cat. They have a cat library. You can kind of rent a cat, check out a cat for your desk. Because they say it helps the work environment, which, yeah. Have a little baby kitty purring, and not baby kitty. It has to be older cat because they...
Right. I know.
They're a little more well-behaved.
Just in our head, all kitties are little babies.
Oh. Zoe sent a picture. She posted a link.
Oh, let me see here.
That's nice.
Let's see here. I am actually seeing their Instagram has a lot of really good here's the room type pictures. So that is nice. And I'm looking at their Facebook page here, clicking on their Welcome to Our Lair folder. And I know the U.S. is actually behind other people when it comes to things like this. Yeah, actually their Facebook page has a lot of good pictures of, including one sleeping with a Wookiee.
So the people that are going to come to our cocktail party. It's going to be like cocktails and kittens because we have a bunch.
True story,
Don't
yo.
get the cats drunk. Just don't get the cats drunk.
Let's bring alcohol for us, not for the cats. It's funny they have them doing yoga with the cats, like watching them and stuff. That's not creepy at all.
Cats watching, usually they're just like running under you, or our cats do that. I have to lock them out of the room.
They are adorable because they're cats. But yeah, their social media shows you a lot more of their different photos and posts. You can actually see the... What happened? Is she okay? She fall down?
She's going to be in DC the weekend of the cocktail party.
Toei, we have started generating a lot more events. Matter of fact, we made one yesterday while on air. Let me pop over to Facebook and invite you.
It's for the drive-in theater.
Yeah, the one in Goochland, just west of Richmond. We created an event for that, and
that's a few months down the road, so...
Yeah, it's a little bit. Hold on, I got to... Why am I so...
I made stronger coffee. You shouldn't be sleepy.
I don't think it's the coffee. I think I'm just relaxed and laid back and mellow, and it's like...
Well... The sun, it stopped raining. The sun is out now. It looks really nice.
Hold on, let me read this. So my buddy posted this. And it's new dog crossbreeds. The following new crossbreeds are now recognized by the Kennel Club, allegedly. So if you mix a Collie and a Lhasa Apso, you get a Calopso, a dog that folds up for easy transport. If you get a pointer and a setter, you get a poinsettia, a traditional Christmas pet. Pekingese and a Lhasa Apso, you get a Picasso. It's an abstract dog. If you Irish Water Spaniel.
Are there pictures?
No, there's not.
Oh.
That could be your job later. If you mix a Irish Water Spaniel and an English Springer Spaniel, you get an Irish Springer, a dog fresh and clean as mountain air. If you get a Terrier and a Bulldog and mix them, you get a Terrible. It's not a good dog. A Bloodhound and a Labrador, you get a Blabador, a dog that barks incessantly. If you mix a Malamute and a Pointer, you get a Moot Point, owned by... Well, it doesn't really matter. Collie and a Malamute, you get a Commute, a dog that travels to work.
Malamutes are big dogs.
If you get a Deerhound and a Terrier and put them together, you get a Derriere, a dog that's true to the end. And if you take a Bull Terrier and a Shih Tzu and mix them, well, you figure that one out.
Oh my goodness.
I have like...
Penn and Teller did a show about...
Go ahead. Penn and Teller?
No, Penn and Teller did a show about that. Bullshit.
They did. It was a great show. It's, if I wanted to do more research, I would definitely do a show like that, but they had a research team doing a lot of stuff for them.
Well, bullshit? No, I meant for the dog. It was a bad joke.
Oh. I just like bullshit.
Bull Terrier and a Shih Tzu.
Oh, is that what it would be?
Bullshit. And bullshit.
Oh. Not a Shih Terrier?
Oh my goodness.
Hold on. Potential.
We're just gonna...
There we go. Let's invite friends. We got to remember which alias we use on Facebook for Talking Toei. You know what? Let's invite Ryan. Let's invite her. Jean's too far to invite, isn't she?
You can invite her. It doesn't mean she'll show up. Then again, who knows?
We never know, do we? It's should we invite Jeanette? She might come over for a drive-in theater movie experience, right?
Yeah.
It's let's see what else we got. I'm just inviting everybody. Look at me, just click like a madman. Just click horrific, click crazy, Clicktastic. I'm a clickerist. And people have found me.
That's
found the clickerist. And we'll invite Tara. Probably not Frankie. He's like in a different world somewhere.
Oh.
Could invite Jenny Bjorkund.
Who knows? She may show up. Doesn't she come over here sometimes for stuff?
I don't know. It's like New Jersey. You just went har. You had a moment there. What? What?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I don't know.
Yeah, your phone is having a moment.
Free.
Yes. You might.
It happens.
Oh, yay, you're back. Were you checking something on your phone?
Yeah, I'm trying to fix it.
Gotcha.
Hold on. It takes a minute.
So I'm just inviting everybody here to this thing. Why not? Why not? Oh, see.
Why a squad?
You remember Ivy? The one with the massages out of Jersey, who's also doing security, whose real name is Christina. Jenny did one of her photos also.
Oh, nice.
I'll invite her down for the drive-in.
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay.
Why not? We'll have to make sure everybody understands. Yeah, we're not like putting you up because it's still an hour and a half drive from our house to the drive-in theater.
Yeah. It's just, we're going to be here. Show up if you like. We're going anyway.
That's right.
That's how our events are.
Yeah, we just figured it's easier that way instead of worrying about it. When people are like, sorry, we can't go, we're like, hey, we don't actually care. It sounds rude, but it's true.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah, we've invited that now, Toei, since you're probably the only one listening that's been invited. That is a flexible thing. We will start a conversation within the event itself that says, hey, is this any good? And also keep in mind, everybody, they don't post their stuff till like 5 days before
a week.
So we won't be able to, it'll be one of those things that'll be like, this is playing, who wants to go this weekend? And it might even be a rotating event where it's just to organize get-togethers till we realize that we all don't like each other and stop doing it.
You don't have to park near us. It's okay.
That's right. It's a big drive-in theater. How cool
I mean,
would that
I
be?
really
This
like
warm
it.
Summer night,
It's
sitting
not...
out with 12 people you know, watching a movie?
Yeah. I mean, we could take our chairs and sit in front of our cars or...
Lay underneath the tire? No? Oh,
I just... Or if we have a friend with a truck that can back it in, we'll put the cushions and sit in there. A lot of people do that. We can't do that. We don't have a truck.
You know what we could do? We just get an inflatable pool and inflate it and put it behind with blankets and pillows in it and just all sit in like the inflatable pool.
And when it rains, we can swim.
Just get the oar. Yeah, the New Grove.
They do.
Yeah, we went 2 weeks ago, I guess, and it wasn't ready yet. He was saying about another month. But yes, it should be ready very soon, if not already ready.
Yeah, we saw Ready Player One. What else did we see?
Tomb Raider.
Oh, yeah.
See how well that one stuck in our mind?
Well, Ready Player One, I didn't know what it was. I knew it had to do with video games. It was good. I hear it's different than the book. I'm taking it as a movie. It was good.
I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was a wild romp in an electronic playground.
A lot of nostalgia stuff in there, so.
Let's see here. Boink, 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 boink. I forgot to change the name of the thing. So now I'm changing it. What?
Yeah, I was supposed to remind you, hey, change that thing.
Yeah, I just saw it. Now I've got a refreshed page.
I should put a note on my board.
You can put a note if you want
Because
to.
I'm always looking up there.
I'll
leave my friends behind.
I have this, yeah, see, sometimes it doesn't change either. I have a truck, but anyone behind me would be pissed. No, they wouldn't.
No.
You'd be okay, because the way this place is set up is if you have oversized vehicles, you have to be in certain rows. And they're not necessarily...
Because they have a... Yeah.
Yeah, height variations set into it and put up, so, you know, yeah, they do it right here. They know what they're doing, and it's not necessarily like the big vehicles go in the back either. It's like the front two rows are meant for the biggest ones because they're the lowest on the hill, right in front of the screen. So no, they're doing it. They're doing all right.
And they also have a place for handicap parking, so that if you need to get out, I guess if you need to get out of your vehicle, you can do it easier to get to the restroom or the snack bar or the smoking area. They're pretty well organized. It's really good.
I'm gonna leave this event up so I can go change the description from let's plan this to actually starting to plan it, and let everybody know, hey, we're going to go no matter what. So this is just, you know, if you want to meet up. Cab of your truck is 10 feet high.
Okay.
You're silly, mister. Do you have like monster truck? So you gotta like...
I think they have a place for stuff like that, because in the front areas, it's all gravelly with hills. And then they have a spot near the building, near the concession stand and restrooms, where it's actual asphalt. So I think that's where those would go.
It
is awesome.
What's his icons mean? Let's see. One is he has cheered over 1,000 bits to us.
The other one's subscriber.
Look at that. Look at all that support and love.
Yay!
Yeah, I finally got the name to change. It took a few times. It's Hey Skipper, did you see our new cat on the screen there? You can make it do stuff. Like
I'm gonna make it dance. There we go. Just watch it. It's gonna do something. I have a problem.
What's your problem?
This is my last mint.
Oh no. Didn't we already go to the store yesterday? Mint. Is there anything else we have to go to the store for?
I have a list, but we didn't go to the store for that. We just went. We didn't go to the store.
Chicken.
That.
Just say it. Admit your guilty pleasure.
KFC gravy. When I don't feel well, I get a thing of KFC gravy and I eat it with a spoon. I have a problem.
But you won't eat Jell-O or pudding.
Hey, there's different.
She says, it's a texture issue. Give me the gravy.
Yeah, I like gravy. But it's spicy and it's yummy and I didn't have to make it. I can make gravy that tastes like KFC gravy. I do need to go to the store. We can do it tomorrow, though, to get more mints. I think I can go 24 hours without... I don't know.
So you can wait till tomorrow?
Maybe. If they have them. If anybody out there, our two people listening, have not tried them, Haribo, they make gummy bears. They also make these awesome mints.
Go find it on Amazon, chewy. Add it to your list.
They're chewy, like a chewy mint, but they're strong like Altoids. Oh, they're my favorite.
And they're crunchy, also, like bugs. Minty.
It's kind of like a minty M&M without chocolate. It's got that candy shell, the soft inside, and it's very strong. I usually go through a bag a day. I have a problem.
It's like a sensitive bodybuilder.
Uh-huh.
Soft inside, but very strong.
Hmm.
What was I looking for? Haribo mints.
I found them.
On Amazon?
Mm-hmm.
I found them too. That is expensive. They are not that expensive in the store. What the hell? Are they $7? A couple
It says $7. Mm-hmm. I paid less than $2 for them at Walmart.
The hell? What's wrong with these people?
Mm-hmm. At least it doesn't say also available used for a lower price. So they need to be our sponsor because I eat them all the time. I need more.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, look at all the Haribo stuff. Huh?
That only searched for it in books. Okay, it is not cheaper if you're not searching in books.
Grocery and gourmet food is what I looked at. But I can also look all departments.
I just looked all departments. Not any cheaper.
No, what? Like with the paprika Pringles, $30 a can. Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. We're gonna look that up
I
again
love
too.
paprika Pringles.
Gonna go look that up right now. Paprika Pringles. There they are. A package of 2 for $13.44.
Oh.
So $6.72 per.
That's stupid. Skipper says it's an old railroad service truck. Basically, the cab is like a UPS truck, but the rest is a utility bed with toolboxes. Oh, interesting.
So
Did you get that at an auction or something?
So the roof, the very top of the roof is 10 foot, not necessarily like the bottom of your cab.
You could stand it.
What was I going to look up on Amazon to amuse myself? I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's get back to the show. Oh, wait, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go dig.
Huh?
I'm going to do this. See, we were planning on a couple guests, but of course Jenny wasn't feeling well, so... let me see if I can poke Ed or Kevin.
Okay. We will be at Ed's next week.
Next Wednesday.
Wednesday for gaming and alcohol review. We're going to play Red Dragon Inn. It's my favorite. And then Thursday, on our VIPs next week, Pickle Lady will be joining us.
What? Hold on a second. She froze because she got messages on her phone. Are you back, Andrea? Are you back with us? Okay.
Am I?
Oh, you're back. You're back. Yes, you did. Did you check?
You sent the messages.
But did you actually check your phone?
No.
Oh, that's just from dinging, huh? Okay. Toey says, taking into account what sellers have to pay AMZ for their listing, that's really not a bad price for Pringles from the seller's perspective. Oh, people pay Amazon to be listed?
Yes. See, I can go to Walmart.com and find the mints. That's what I'm going to do.
Look at that wind picking up. We are going to get a storm here tonight. I really wouldn't mind playing some Lego Dimensions tonight.
Yeah, I think after this show, I'm going to have some gravy.
A bowl of gravy?
We could play some. Yeah, a bowl of gravy. Get a couple cats. Make another pot of coffee. I think I'm going to order the Portal 2 level 2 game pack for Lego Dimensions, because that's the only thing available. I think I'm going to do that.
So I have an article here. Now, this happened in Philadelphia, so it's not necessarily off American soil.
Oh, yeah.
2 guys, 2 younger black men. Let's see, I don't think they have their ages here in the article, but they look 20s, 20-somethings. They went into Starbucks in Philadelphia, And they kept silent about it because they got a lawyer after this. But basically, the bottom line is they went into bathroom, were told bathrooms are only for paying customers. And then, did I mention they were black? Did I say that? Are you muted?
Sorry, the video cut on the website. I had to turn it off.
Okay.
So, did you say what?
Did I say they were black? Did I mention that?
You did. You did.
So
two black men.
In their 20s, and then the white chick behind the counter basically called the cops. And a couple minutes later, there they are, like handcuffed, being dragged out of the store. Now, these guys came to Starbucks to do a business meeting. Now, I didn't see where it said what this meeting was about, but they said, quote, "We're days away from changing our whole entire situation, our lives. And you about to sit here telling me I can't do that? You're not doing that." I believe that's a quote from Good Morning America when they were on Thursday. Thursday as in yesterday, I'm guessing.
Today's Thursday.
Oh, today is Thursday. It must have been a week ago because this came out on the 18th. "I understand that rules are rules, but what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong," said one of them. They did meet with the Starbucks CEO, who apologized to him, and that's Kevin Johnson. What?
Toey's put a comment. Says, "I hate this case. How long were they sitting there and not buying anything? Isn't that loitering?"
Yeah, that's something I'm looking for in the article is what exactly did happen. How long did they hang out for? What was their attitude and interaction with the employees before that? Were they being like the children I was describing earlier in restaurants? Or were they sitting there quietly for 3 minutes? What happened?
What bothers me about this is who cares the color of their skin? It should say 2 men.
Right, it should. And it also mentions it was a white girl that called the cops, who is no longer with the company. And by the way, because of this, Starbucks plans to close its 8,000 company-owned stores in the U.S. for one afternoon in May to teach employees about racial bias. The training will be provided
that's cutting. Sorry, go ahead.
About 175,000 workers.
See, that's cutting their own throat. Oh, well, we're not going to make this so many millions of dollars this day, and you're not getting a paycheck this day because of... I don't know. I don't understand. What's your thoughts on this?
It says here that one of them asked to use the bathroom. And that's when, I want to research this more. I don't necessarily want to do it on air.
So he says, now we all know when to break in and rob Starbucks, don't we?
Good point.
Good point.
But I want to look more into this because were they, as Toei asked, were they sitting there 20, 30 minutes? Were they being loud and rowdy? Were they being rude to people?
Were they not buying anything?
Well, they said paying customers only. See, originally when I looked at this article, it felt like 2 black men walked through the door. One is standing there as one goes to the bathroom, and they stopped him. But reading further into this, it sounds like they might have been there a little longer, especially when this article is saying so-and-so asked to use their bathroom. And if a employee is at that point in time going to say it's for paying customers only, that insinuates
they
that...
They probably were there a while.
Yeah, because... Yeah, I think there's more to this than meets the eye.
Because I've walked into Starbucks in several places where sometimes you have to ask for a key, depending on the city. I think when we were in Philadelphia, and we had just walked in, and they said, okay. So, I mean, if they had just walked in, usually it's okay because people go before they order.
So I did a quick search of this. And it has articles on time.com, WashingtonPost.com, NewYorkTimes.com, ABCNews.com, Philly.com, NewYorkPost.com, CNN.com. Man, I am going to Starbucks and getting arrested, so Talk of the Tavern gets some publicity.
Sorry. Because there's not much call for an article of a middle-aged white guy.
Well, it could be guy with funny mustache gets arrested. That's something, right? Right?
You can try. Can I at least get my coffee before you start?
No, because then we'd be paying customers and it'd really screw everything up. Yeah. You really don't think through these things, do you?
I just think about coffee.
But if you walk in separately, you can get coffee and watch me get arrested while drinking your coffee.
Oh yeah, I'll video it. It'll be our next show highlight.
That's good thinking there. Yeah, we could upload that as a Twitch premiere.
Skipper said he sent you a text with pictures of his truck. You have to show me after the show.
A text, huh? Let's see here. Let me come over here to this. Maybe I could pull it up and put it up.
He can look at his phone and not mess up his internet. I can't do that.
I got a lot of messages I haven't looked at. Huh.
Apparently.
Oh. Hey.
There is an... Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Jamin, if you want to bring this with you, that camper, I see it's pulling a camper behind it. If you want to bring that here, that will give you a place to crash for the night so you don't have to worry about driving back. See, Andrea, let me see if I can show this here.
Hold on, let me get on my Skype. No, you're on the wrong camera.
Right. That's for everybody else to see.
Oh. Oh.
Now
okay, because I can't see it.
Andrea.
Oh. Wow.
That's one of the photos he sent. The other photo just of the vehicle. Let me make sure it turned. I'll show that to you.
Oh. Is that a snake? No, that's a dinosaur, isn't that? Because you're a dinosaur guy.
And we'll put that up there for everybody else to
That's pretty cool.
enjoy. So, yeah, if you want to bring your camper along when you come to the Cocktails and Conversation, we can set it up in the yard so you can have a place to crash without worrying about it. Let's see. Yeah, I agree. Toey says Starbucks employees don't need sensitivity training. They need training on how to make the damn drinks faster.
Yeah.
And
I was going to say, when you're done with that.
Skipper says, me, Travis, and Ed can go to article and get arrested. Yeah, there we go. We could do that. What were you going to say, Andrea?
Well, when you said Philadelphia, I thought you were going to talk about this story.
Oh, there's another Philly story?
What? Yeah. Woman partially sucked out of a jet when window breaks mid-flight. Plane makes emergency landing in Philadelphia.
Did she live? Oh. Is there
Jennifer
a picture? Go on.
I'm going to just...
Are there pictures?
I'm going to post this. There's a video.
Was she fat?
Hold on.
I'm just curious how big you got to be to block a window that blows out.
She got sucked out of the window.
I wonder what made
She
it
didn't
break.
block it. She got sucked out.
I know.
Well, that's what I'm getting to.
I thought she...
Kind of. Huh?
Oh, partially sucked out.
You
She
got-
didn't get, pulled out of the plane. She got stuck in the window.
Whatever.
She blocked the window. I'm just
But
wondering...
it broke. I don't want to sit near the window anymore. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's pictures and there's videos and there's... Oh, that's horrible. Jennifer Riordan died from blunt force impact trauma to the head, neck, and torso. The medical examiner revealed Wednesday. Her death ruled an accident.
The medical examiner tells
I hear your video.
Yeah, I know. And apparently, no, she... Yeah, just standard middle-aged woman, white woman.
A rare engine explosion caused the passenger's window to burst, partially pulling the woman sitting next to the opening out of the plane. Passengers tried to yank her back inside as it depressurized and quickly descended thousands of feet per minute. That is scary. That is really scary. So the left engine exploded. Oh. Wow.
Yeah, but look what it takes to blow out one of those windows. You got to have an explosion right by your window.
Yeah. I don't like to sit by the wing of the plane anyway because, you know, that's where you see the gremlins.
That's very true.
I don't want to see that.
You know
For those of you who have not seen Twilight, is it not Twilight?
Twilight
Oh my
Zone.
God, that's vampires.
Twilight Zone, yeah.
Twilight Zone. The old TV show. There's an episode.
You know, I'm an insensitive bastard. Everybody who watches a show on a regular basis knows this. Here's the bottom line, though. Only one person died with something like that. That's not bad.
No, I mean it's good. It was only one person, but still, because what if she didn't get stuck in the window?
Yeah, well,
and the engine explode, it would crash. You know,
Well, it says here that after the explosion, fellow passengers frantically worked to yank her back inside the airliner as it depressurized and quickly descended thousands of feet per minute. So her sacrifice there, willing or not, might have actually slowed the depressurization, and yeah, it's
it saved everybody.
This does explain why you
and then they said
seatbelt on, though.
And then it said, you know, they tried CPR for 20 minutes. Well, I'm just thinking if your seatbelt was on, just suck your head out the window.
Or just your wig. Something very comedic that later you can laugh about on the YouTube
That's why
video.
you keep that little thing closed on the window.
In case your window explodes, that stops your head from being sucked down. We are horrible people and going to hell. But at least our
Not in an airplane.
That's right. That's right. We'll be taking the boat where if we get sucked down, it's going to be by a giant kraken. Damn it.
No. Where's the rum? Oh my goodness.
I don't want to read
So this weekend.
You know what? I'm going back to IFL Science because the regular news is depressing.
I was going to go because it's almost time for a break or whatever.
Yeah, it is. Okay, do you want to talk about this weekend before or after?
We can wait till after.
What the hell did I just see? Okay, so let's do a break right now. Which, by the way, if you guys watch the camera, you can see the bottom half of me. Expedition to the Indonesian... Oh, we gotta open that. This is... Oh, Andrea, you're gonna just freak out.
Why? What happened?
Expedition to the Indonesian deep sea finds 12,000 marine creatures and over a dozen new species. But the picture of what they brought up, wait till you see that crazy critter he is holding. It is like straight out of a nightmare. Nope, they did not find a cat in the bottom of the Indonesian Ocean.
Hell, you never know.
Cats, they're everywhere. I'll put it up. Okay, let me go into the break here, and when Angie gets back, we'll pick it back up. So keep in mind to watch below the video, and you can see the bottom half of my body. Every once in a while I present cats or thumbs or fingers.
What? Oh, no.
Oh, you went and looked before. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mute yourself. We're taking a break. Sit right back and relax, or get up and get a drink and refill what you have, while the cast and cohorts and co-hosts of Talk of the Tavern do the same. Now here's the testimony of some of the great people we've had on Talk of the Tavern or previously on Sounds of Steam. Enjoy.
This is Gail Carragher, author of The Finishing School and the Custard Protocol series, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Aiden Sivart, Steampunk Indiana Jones.
Hey, this is Scott.
This is Samantha.
And we're Frenching the Punk.
I'm Karen Kay, also known as the Fairy Lady and editor of Fame magazine, and also founder of Fairy Events.
This is KW Jeter,
author of Infernal Devices and Fiendish Schemes.
Kircher here. I played Bifur in the Hobbit trilogy, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Trevor Crafts, executive producer and creator of Lantern City.
This is Lord Bobbins of TeslaCon. Huzzah!
Steampunk Funk Bazaar here, Lord Monty right in front of your radio.
Hello, this is Professor Elemental. When I'm not taking a bath in gin or trying to invent a new kind of badger, I'm listening. Oh, yes!
This is Stephen Davis of Raising Steam UK, 2-day steampunk festival in Reading. Enjoy.
I'm Thomas Williford of Brute Force Studios, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Commander Bob of Victor Sierra.
Je suis la légendaire princesse convertie de Victor Sierra.
Hi, my name is Sarah from Valentine Wolf.
Hey, this is Braxton from Valentine Wolf.
This is Aileen the Peacemaker, the founding editor of Beyond Victoriana, the multicultural steampunk blog.
Hey, this is Joseph C.R. Vortek, otherwise known as Electro Swing Neo Vintage DJ Vortek, and you're listening to Talk of the Tavern. I hope you come out of it in one piece. I'm not sure I did.
And don't forget about our other shows during the week. Tuesday, Middle Age Gamers on Wednesday, and Virtual International Pub VIP on Thursdays. Make sure you join us there, 1 p.m. Eastern to 4 p.m.
Hi, my name is Ashley Rogers. I'm the organizer of the Copper Claw.
This is Calamity Dawn, mixologist of Airship Passepartout.
This is Commodore Lorpicar of Lost Saints Curiosities.
This is Jimmy Diggs of the Crypto Historians, reminding you that the future is in your hands.
This is Gabrielle Reel.
Hi, this is D. Clarence Snyder, writer of the Bright Future series, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern.
This is Professor Marcus O'Bannon, the Chief Scientific Investigator for the Crypto Historians.
This is Lady Gatita of Nerdvana.
Hey, this is Angie Vello from Ghostfire.
This is Hannah Titania, Queen of the Fairies.
This is Jeff Platt of Highland Steamworks. This is Danielle Ackley McPhail, co-author of Baba Ali and the Clockwork Gin, and you are listening to Talk of the Tavern Radio.
Hi, this is John R. White, author of The Tales of the Airship Neverland.
This is Catherine Gleason, author of Anatomy of Steampunk, The Fashion of Victorian Futurism.
This is opera singer Katie Cat.
This is Keith Prusak of Bad September.
This is Captain James Barrington of...
Okay, we're back, and I've got a ton of cool articles. Yes, I hear the purring.
You know, this is Harryhausen Cat.
Yeah, here's Cuttlefish.
Favorite.
Let me see if I can't get Cuttlefish up here in my arms. There's Cuttlefish the cat.
Lay down, Harry. Don't walk across the keyboard.
So,
he wants to.
Expedition to the Indonesian deep sea finds 12,000 marine creatures and over a dozen new species. So you see that giant isopod. That's probably a new species. 1, 2, 3,
That's cockroach.
4, 5. If I'm not mistaken, that little fucker's got 5 legs on one side. Does that mean it has like 10 legs total?
Don't eat the flowers, Harold.
But they found things like hermit crabs that live inside twigs instead of shells, sponges made from glass. So it's got all kinds of crazy stuff. A lot of shallow water surrounding the tropical island of Java might be better known for its crystal clear lagoons with whale sharks and manta rays. But once you go over that cliff and drop down to the deep, yeah. They caught a total of 12,000 sea beasties, over a dozen species of crabs, lobsters, prawn, thought to be entirely new to science. Wow. Yeah, it's a long, skinny hermit crab that lives in twigs, like bamboo.
Interesting.
It probably is a very old species. Looking at if it has more than, the common 8 legs of other crustaceans.
Not my Harold.
A chainsaw lobster, which burrows into the sea floor, 1,600 feet down, 500 meters down. But its blind lobster uses long-toothed claw for receiving sediment rather than catching prey. A cockeyed squid. That's hours of bad jokes just waiting to happen. Cockeyed squid. Yeah, the right eye is huge, whereas the left eye is kind of normal. Weird. Huh. This is where Dumbo octopus, flappy little ears. Huh. They do have some very cool pictures on that article, though, if you want to check them out. Andrea's taking off her thing and playing with the cats. Now, here's an article that I want to share. I don't know where she's going with it, but... Study claims technologically advanced species could have been on Earth tens of millions of years ago. I feel like I should repeat that for Andrea. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, the cat was eating the flowers. I had to take
So study claims technologically advanced species could have been on Earth tens of millions of years ago.
They're original dinosaurs.
So now, by the way, this is an editor's blog on IFL Science. Yeah, if you guys haunt IFL Science regularly, you'll get to see a lot of the stuff that intrigues me. So first, let me see how long this article is. And go to the full article as opposed to just the first page of it. And that way I know if I'm summarizing. Okay, it's not that long. I'll read the whole thing. We like to think we're an exception. Intelligent life that has developed a vastly complex industrialized civilization unlike anything seen before. But would we actually know if millions of years ago some other life forms created huge cities, altered landscapes, and formed their own civilization? What would be left of their exploits for us to find? Which, as a writer, I have thought of this a lot. And really, yeah, I'm curious what they think here. It's the thought experiment, so it's not even an experiment, it's thinking about an experiment, that the director of NASA's Goddard Institute for Space Studies, Gavin Schmidt, professor of physics and astronomy at the University of Rochester, Adam Frank, and the professor. So these guys, Gavin and Adam, they've been exploring this. They want to understand if any evidence of a hugely advanced civilization could persist tens of millions of years into the future, and if so, what form it might take. So they flat out state they haven't seen any evidence of another industrial civilization. And since they haven't found any pre-human civilization, they have been looking at what impact as a species we're having on the planet and how long those impacts are likely to be detectable into the future. So you're looking at the past and the present of the planet on basically a planetary scale as opposed to our species. While we have plenty of evidence of past civilization in the form of statutes and foundations that date back maybe a few thousand years at most, things get really vague after that, especially once you go millions or hundreds of millions of years. Calling this the Silurian hypothesis after the technologically advanced reptiles from Doctor Who, they speculate what would have been left if a civilization lasted for 100,000 years or so, around 60 million years ago. Wow. Chance of fossils would be rare. What else could we look for? As a species, we're currently laying down all sorts of traces that would be detectable in 100 million years' time. In feeding 7 billion people, completely altered the nitrogen cycle, much of it now finding its way into sediment at the bottom of the ocean and tops of mountains. On the flip side, rare earth elements that were once buried deep are now floating free at the surface as we develop more complex technology. Not to mention changes in the carbon cycle from burning so much fossil fuel or the millions of tons of plastic being laid down. Some have even suggested that all the plastic producing is forming a new kind of rock, and these changes will be detectable far into the future. All of this hypothetical. But what we're doing might lead us to figuring out if a different species had rose and fallen in a different era. There is a chance that we have had intelligent life on this planet before that died in whatever mass extinction event, etc. We find dinosaurs now because they're huge. We find some smaller fossils, but it's not as easy. So the last quote of the article says, "We know Mars and perhaps early Venus were more habitable than they are now, as well as conceivably we will one day drill through the geological sediments there too. This helps us think about what we should be looking for." In other words, it's all, here's an article about a maybe.
Okay.
I like the concept, but thanks for wasting my time. Now, here's an article that the whole title itself made me go, what? Why is this even an article? You ready for that headline?
Yeah.
Griffin vulture chick, in other words, a baby bird, baby vulture, griffin vulture chick, raised by 2 gay dads is released into the wild.
So the vulture parents were dads and gay?
It was, the young vulture was attentively and expertly raised by 2 bonded gay male vultures.
Okay, so they're not humans. They're
right.
How do you know they're gay?
Because they probably fuck each other. But then again, that's actually a fair question. Are they a bonded male pair, or are they homosexual bonded male pair? That's a fair question, I think, to discern the two. See, Toey, that's how I'm feeling. But now that I realize it wasn't like a gay human couple raised this vulture chick and sent it out into the wild.
But how do you know? I mean, did they check that box on the form? Because there's a lot of...
Besides, one of them did. The other one just wrote, "Don't label me."
Yeah, Toey, see, I thought they were talking about people too. I've seen same-sex people, not couples, they're people. They're not gay, they're just whatever, and they raised.
Well, I've often said I'd love to have, what was it? Just the other Monday, I think it was. I said I'd love to have, it's like guy best friends or girl best friends who are not romantically inclined or sexually attracted to each other, but they hang out. We see this in almost every fucking sitcom on television. Seinfeld. Yeah. What was the one you were watching? New Girl. Mm-hmm. You're telling me those guys aren't bonded male couples?
Now they're not raising a family or raising anything, but they're have like best friends that don't have the other half or whatever, and they live with each other and help raise each other's kids. It's like it takes a village. Doesn't mean they're gay.
Okay, so we found an egg on the floor of the aviary, and we saw that no other vulture was taking care of that egg, notes the narrator in the zoo's video. So we decided to give the egg to them. Not only did the chick perfectly hatch with them, they took care of that chick for the next 3.5 months like proven parents. And actually, they have...
It's called adoption.
Well,
they raise not their own all the time perfectly well.
See, and Toey, we agree with you that now it's an animal couple doing this. Yeah, it's different. But again, are they sexually attracted, or are they just 2 males that bonded? That's what I'm curious about.
If they're the only males in the cage, maybe they have no choice.
That aren't mated?
Like prison.
It could be. It could be.
It happens, but the animal kingdom is different than the human species. It's just a whole lot of questions. A lot of questions.
Yeah, there's one link within this article. Let me click on it and see if it takes me to something that answers these questions. By the way, this was in Amsterdam, where vultures are much more open to alternative lifestyles than they are in the U.S.
Oh, my goodness. We saw a bunch of vultures over in the UK. And owls and things. It was awesome.
Okay, So they say about, going to the other article, they say, we've had them for some years. They've always built a nest together, bond, and mate together. But as two males, one thing they could not do is lay eggs. So I guess if they're mating together, yeah, they're... Oh, by the way, it says homosexuality in birds is actually relatively common. At least 130 bird species have been reported to engage in homosexual behavior, whether that's sex, courtship, affection, pair bonding, or parenting. Nearly a third of all long-term pairs in the Laysan albatross are female-female, and over a fifth of greylag geese pairs are male-male. Interesting. Andrew, did you want to say something before I go on? Okay.
No, I'm just...
As in some penguin species, vultures do everything the same. They alternate all the jobs. Female lay the eggs, but they breed together. They forage for food together. Males are programmed to have that duty of care. Okay. Cool story, bro. Moving on. Oh, okay. This one here I just pulled up real quick. Colorado just released its legal marijuana data. So, guess which profession attracts the most stoners?
Drug dealer. Am I wrong? I don't know.
Oh. Okay. No, it's...
What is it?
It's kind of a common sense. Basically, food preparation and servers.
Okay.
And young white men. So, there we go. I don't feel like reading the whole article.
So he says teachers. Don't issue teachers guns. Issue them some marijuana. Then they can deal with your damn children better.
Yeah. Yeah, it's... Oh, goodness. Let's see what else we got here. That's 8 things you do that your dog secretly hates. You want to hear this one, or should I just move on?
I don't have a dog, but whatever. Yeah, what do they hate? I've always wondered.
Okay, so they have the preamble, blah, 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 dogs love article. Okay. Yanking them away from smelly curiosities. Makes sense. Solitary confinement during fireworks. See, this would be common sense.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, traumatic to them to be put off by themselves. Stifling independence.
What are they trying to be independent about? Get a job or go to college?
How they'll be doing better than people then.
Who's going to pay the bills?
Rover, apparently. So somebody points out that you can discourage neediness and reduce dog stress in the long term by gradually prompting independence. To do that, set up activities they can enjoy without you. Basically, like when you put them in the backyard by themselves and let them go do their thing. Now this one is saying, set up baby cages in the house to discourage them from always following you. Now, there is a reason for this. It reduces separation anxiety. So when you leave the house, they're not like, fuck, where are they?
Oh.
So this makes sense. We don't want to emotionally cripple our animals with their codependent, well, with our codependent issues. Strangers in new places. So if they're... when you stop them from like meeting new people when they're out and about. So yeah.
Well, it depends on how they're trying to meet them. If they're barking and jumping, sometimes people don't respond well to that.
Your neuroticism. Your dog hates your neuroticism. That has a question mark after it, by the way.
That's what it is.
So...
Not letting them walk outsides because you want to put their feet in your mouth. Remember the show?
I do. I can't remember what show it was, but yeah.
Santa Clarita Diet.
That's correct. So your attitude can influence your dog's behavioral problems. Evidence of this.
And your children.
Yeah. Yes, you can. No connection between a dog owner's phobia and the dog's phobia. Particularly anxious owner are more likely to make psychological use of their dogs to manage their own emotions. This can result in an inconsistent pattern of behavior towards the dog. Yeah, badly timed walk, guilt shaming your dog. You know, I don't know if the dog is on YouTube watching all the videos, so I don't know how much that's going to bother him if you put a sign in front of him and snap a photo. Hugging. This is a controversial one.
To hug the dog.
Yeah, they looked at pictures of people hugging dogs and over 80% looked uncomfortable, visibly uncomfortable. Others, neutral or ambiguous, about 11%, and just over 7% were like, I'm good with this.
Well, the same can be said with any animal or person.
Well, it's not natural. They don't have arms that curl around things.
They feel trapped, yeah.
Yeah, it's, if one animal pins another animal, it's not out of affection. Well, it is if you start it when they're very young, because especially parent cats, will pin their kittens to clean them. And it is, part of the natural cycle. But with a dog, I don't think I've ever really seen
They don't clean.
They do a little, like when they're little teeny puppies and it craps on itself, the parent dog will clean it up. But yeah, this is not a natural behavior. Same for people. I want to hug your horse. Not necessarily a natural thing to have a horse get a hug.
Wait, is that the animal or is that
the career?
They're talking about penis.
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, here's an article. What else do I have right here? I have an article about... What are you laughing at?
I don't know.
Okay. What'd Toei say now?
The horse. Of course. Nothing.
7 strange and surprising ways that humans have recently evolved. This guy's finger makes us deeply uncomfortable, and we would like it to stop now, please.
His finger?
Yep. There's an easy way for women to have more orgasms, but men aren't going to like it.
Does that require them doing the dishes, or?
I don't know.
No.
Is that the article you want me to start with?
I don't know. Oh, I thought this was all one article.
No,
Sorry.
these are 3 different articles. I was giving you a choice of which one I go into next. So I'll start with, there's an easy way for women to have more orgasms, but men aren't going to like it. Now, my guess is, I have not read this article, but my guess is the answer is for women to go fuck themselves. In the literal sense. But let's see what this says.
It's usually how it happens, right?
Really? Wow. Okay.
What?
Sorry. New survey has found that some women aged between 18 and 65 experience orgasms as many as 55 times per month. Unfortunately for men, this involves cutting them entirely out of the equation. See? The study from the University of Arkansas, published in Archives of Sexual Behavior, found that women are 32% more likely to have an orgasm with another woman. Straight women in the same survey, on average, had just 7 orgasms over a month, fewer than lesbians within the study. The researchers, led by Dr. Kristen Jaskowski, found that this was despite the fact that women in relationships with men reported having sex more frequently than women in relationships with other women. The women in the survey...
He says these women need another hobby. Okay, continue.
The women in the survey had around 16 sex sessions a month if they were straight, whereas lesbian pairs had sex around 10 times a month. But keep in mind, the lesbians had more orgasms. So what causes this difference? The explanation is simple, according to the study. Quote, sex that includes more varied sexual behavior results in women experiencing more orgasms. Dr. Jaskowski told The Sun. A few caveats before you abandon your man in search of more frequent orgasms. First up, if you aren't attracted to women, you are unlikely to have more orgasms with one. Second, researchers in the study only quizzed around 2,300 women, not the biggest sample in existence since women make up more than half the world's population. But it does back up results from
Bye, Jeanette.
Oh, is Jeanette on her way? Good night.
She has to go.
It's probably this article. It won't last forever. We'll be through it soon. So let's see here. It backs up a larger study. Found that heterosexual men self-reported they usually always orgasm during sex. Oh, what was that noise? Oh, thank you for the cheer. Here's to you. Have a good evening there, Jeanette. I call her Jean because her name on the screen says Jean. So anyhow, oh wow, this goes into men. Study found that heterosexual men self-reported they usually always have orgasm during sex, 95% of the time, followed by gay men at 89%. 88% of bisexual men said they usually always achieved orgasm. 86% of lesbian women. We're just in numbers now, and it's boring.
All right, next article. Don't care about numbers.
Yeah, it's pretty much that. It's but they're saying the more varied the sex, the more likely women were to orgasm.
Okay, whatever.
Okay, but they're calling the variety they're talking about is, quote, compared to women who orgasmed less frequently. Women who orgasm more frequently were more likely to receive more oral sex, have a longer duration of last sex, be more satisfied with the relationship, ask for what they want in bed, praise their partner for something they did in bed, call, email to tease about doing. So they are doing more out of bed as well as in bed.
They're more proactive, you know.
Exactly,
yeah.
and that I have
makes
long
a difference.
said, and science proves a lot of sex is in the head. Thus, why if you're turned on versus not turned on, the likelihood of having an orgasm.
Yeah.
And psychology is what turns so many people on. So yeah, these people that have more orgasms, it's not just, oh, we did it doggy style, we did it on the couch, we did it with that leg behind your head like you're a contortion. No. It's we're taking longer and interacting in other ways besides, here's a penis and a vagina, smack them together till you're done. Oh,
I just hit my microphone.
Okay, I don't know if Andrea wants me to read the finger article. Do you want me to read the finger article?
Is it a toe?
No, it's a finger.
Does it look like a toe?
Nope, but it's got something goofy and weird with it.
After this last article, whatever, go ahead.
I'm going to try to bring somebody else in. They sent me a Facebook message asking why we're not Facebook friends anymore. So I'm going to see if they want to. Okay. So what we're looking at here. So this guy's finger. I'm just going to send this. Everybody just go look at the picture.
I'm scared too now, thanks.
Yeah, it's not as all that. It's this guy's making us deeply uncomfortable, and we'd like it to stop now. So here's that. You can go look at that. It's not all that bad. Unless if that's another teeny finger growing out of his hand. With its own little.
And why is it centered? Oh my God! What the hell is
Apparently
that?
it bothers you more than it bothers me. Yeah, he's got it like it looks like another finger with another fingernail growing on top of his fingernail.
Do they charge extra for a manicure? Oh my God!
See, they're calling it a double nail, but I'd be like, I have 11 fingers. I hope that's a middle finger because I'm like, here's 2 of them.
Because then you could be like, oh.
So yeah,
Oh my
that's
God.
like I said. I don't think this is worth reading the whole
Zoe,
article.
click
they-
on the link. What do you think?
They pulled it out. Scroll down.
I didn't look at that.
They surgically removed it. In other words, they showed a pair of pliers and it pulled out.
Oh God. Okay, I'm scared.
It's not bloody or anything. It's just kind of weird. Huh.
Oh, that looks like a little penis. It looks. Next article.
Yeah, it says it was pulled out under local anesthetic.
Okay,
Interesting.
Are you bringing someone in? You said you were?
I don't know. I messaged everybody and nobody answered.
Oh. Yeah, it does look like they removed it fine. It just...
I'm looking. It looks like the only people that saw the message...
Were they born with it?
No, it just happened one day.
That just happened.
Okay, now 7 strange and surprising ways that humans have recently evolved. Okay? You ready? This is another one of the editor blogs.
You're going to put the link up?
I can.
Other pictures?
No, not really. Like the first thing...
if there's no pictures, I don't care.
Like number 1 is drinking milk as adults.
Yeah.
Including cheese. You know, it's basically... number 2 is disease resistance.
We're more resistant?
Yeah, we are. But also, we're now traveling the world getting exposed to diseases that are any given sect of human, if you will. I can't think of the right name. But we're building immunities to it because of things we're doing.
Yeah.
Blue eyes only came in 6 to 10,000 years ago. It's a mutation. High altitude breathing. And each one of these...
Yeah, because some people pass it out.
They do, and I have no idea how I do. I've only been up in the mountains here in Virginia, so the Appalachian Mountains, and I've never had an issue, but I don't think those are high enough altitude to... Missing wisdom teeth. Mm-hmm. What?
Oh, people are born without them, or...
Yeah, with the wisdom teeth. Yeah, they're basically finding... our big brains crowd out our skull, narrowed our jaws, making it difficult for the third row of molars to emerge from the gums. After we began cooking our food, developed agriculture thousands of years ago, our diet became softer. So, yeah, we're basically evolving out of those teeth. Are they alcohol flush reaction? Oh, it's also known as the Asian glow. So, alcohol flush reaction, known as the Asian glow, it's not only a real thing, it's also a recently evolved trait that may protect East Asian populations from a deadly cancer. So,
bonus.
In about 36% of East Asians, Chinese, Japanese, Koreans, drinking alcohol causes facial flushing and nausea. This is due to a deficiency in the enzyme known as ALDH2. While this may cause some social challenges amidst peers of more heavy drinking ancestries, it's an important indicator of a serious health risk. Perhaps with an ALDH2 deficiency are also at a greater risk of developing esophageal cancer from drinking alcohol.
Weird.
So basically, it could be one of those things that your body is rejecting the alcohol because you're likely to develop this cancer caused by drinking alcohol. Shrinking brains.
Okay.
Turns out
our brains are small. I thought it said our brains were bigger.
Our brains are bigger, causing the tooth loss, but now they're shrinking over the past 20,000 years. Total changes add up to a piece the size of a tennis ball in an adult male. But scientists don't think that means we're getting dumber. Yeah, we would tell ourselves that.
Well, we don't use all of our brain, apparently.
Yes,
so.
that's correct. For example, domesticated animals like dogs and cats have watched their brains shrink to basically thinking what we're losing some of those parts of the brain that hunters need. The awareness parts. We're more peaceful, less aggressive, etc. It has also been theorized on Talk of the Tavern that the brain shrinking is because we're not using our full intellectual
yeah.
Because we're staring at TVs, we're staring at computers. We're not required to be as creative, as inventive, as efficient as we were previously because part of our life is automated. Now that might be the gathering and hunting of food, in our social interaction is changing. It also could be, and this is all theory on their part and my part, it could be as we specialize as a species, unnecessary parts of the brain are fading away. So we don't need a bunch of the other stuff as we're... I have like wood chips in my pipe now because I've... Okay.
What?
Well, you know how I was trying to fix the pipe, right? If you know what I mean. How you doing?
Hi, Lady Skipper.
Hey, Jewel, how you doing? Hey, Jewel, make sure Jamin heard me when I said that if you guys do make it here for Andrea's birthday party, you're welcome to bring the camper so you can crash here overnight. Or just a truck and put things out in the bed. Whatever. We have room in the house, but we don't have beds in the rooms. Whereas we do have 2 acres of land around us. So there's place to sleep outdoors if you could find. And since I got past 35, I find I do not sleep in a sleeping bag on the ground. I don't. Somebody else can. Doesn't mean I want to. Oh, what other articles do we have? 5,000-year-old cow has done something really weird to its head.
Oh, is that the one with the hole in the skull?
Maybe. I haven't pulled it up yet.
Because I saw an article like that. They believe it may have been surgical practices.
Experimentation type thing?
Yeah.
So there are disgusting... Dogs and humans share a rather disgusting thing in common. And it shows a picture of a dog taking a shit.
Outside? Because I know some humans that do that.
Yeah. Oh, it's the microbiomes in the poo. That's what they're talking about. Okay, not too exciting. Woman requests emergency help for her incredibly stoned raccoon.
What? Is that a euphemism for, like, vagina or something?
Her vagina?
Your stoned raccoon is a stoned raccoon? I don't know.
Are you saying her vagina would be stoned?
I don't know. I'm asking.
Oh.
Here comes Dazzle.
There's a Nazi article.
Yeah, I saw a few of those. I'm like, nah.
This one is titled, Hans Asperger Sent Disabled Children to be Killed in Nazi Euthanasia Clinics. Unearthed documents reveal.
Say Asperger?
Yeah, Hans Asperger.
The name of what they call it now?
Yeah. Actually, that's my biggest curiosity about this whole article.
Is that, oh, yeah.
Asperger has been hailed as a pioneer for his work on identifying a number of characteristics called autistic psychopathy, which has become the basis for diagnosing this condition, also known as Asperger's.
Interesting.
So the Austrian doctor claimed during his lifetime that he had protected his patients from the Nazi regime, saying he was wanted by the Gestapo for refusing to turn over children under his care. He's been seen as an opponent of Nazi ideology before his death in 1980.
Oh. So that wasn't very long ago.
So basically,
Interesting.
he was
They
never
don't
able.
tell you that in the school.
No, they don't. Sorry, there's a Geico commercial with a beaver and a lumberjack. I'm busy. Oh no, that's a soup commercial. My bad.
Oh, I like those. Those commercials are fun. My favorite is the purple mattress
They are good. I like those.
with the Bigfoot family. They're funny.
So yeah, there's a new study of records by medical historian Herwig Czech has shown that Asperger sent patients to the Am Spielgrund clinic, the euthanasia clinic, where children were put down.
They're like, you're not good enough. They were put down.
That's right. Stop putting down my kid, you bully. Okay, let's look at some other stuff.
Yeah, we only have 20 minutes left.
Let's see, we've got chemistry, physics, plants and animals, brain, health and medicine, space, technology, or environment.
Let's go with environment.
Environment.
What's new on that?
And I'm going to pull up technology. So we have two things. Let's look at the top half dozen articles of each. Starting with environment. Invisible boundary in the USA is moving, which is bad news. Plastic straws, Q-tips, and other single-use plastic to be banned in the UK. Secret government list of cities most likely to get nuked. Newly discovered Amazon reef is 6 times bigger than we thought, and it extends into oil drilling concessions. 95% of the world is breathing unsafe air. Ooh, who did something? Hey, thank you, Skipper. Appreciate it. Squirrel. Hold on, gotta pet my pussy. Don't walk on the keyboard. Don't walk on the keyboard.
She loves it. Oh, here's one. It's science news for students. It's compared to other primates, humans get little sleep. And I'm going to put this in the chat because this caught my eye because of the pictures of all the little lemurs cuddled together on a tree branch. It's so cute. I want to just jump on the pylon and take a nap. Apparently we don't. People have evolved to sleep much less than chimps, baboons, or other primates. Okay.
Let's see what we got here. So you want me to tell me about the... I'm just going to look at the picture. You read the article to me.
Okay. Why we sleep less. Researchers argue that two long-standing features of human life may play into our short sleep times. The first stems from when human ancestors descended from the trees to sleep on the ground. People have to spend more time awake to guard against predators. Okay, makes sense. The second may reflect the intense pressure humans face to learn and teach new skills and make social connections. That has left less time for sleep. So we blame the internet because that's pretty much what a lot of it is. That's how you teach, that's how you learn, and that's how you make social connections now.
Who hit the snore button?
I don't know. Was it me? Was it you?
No, it wasn't me.
That's funny.
I think somebody finds it boring. Oh, no, it's probably a sleep study. Okay, they're not bored.
Yeah. Yeah, sleep study. I just think...
And I was yawning when somebody snored.
I find it interesting because... Yeah, humans have less sleep than other primates, but I would think it's even more now with electronics and technology because everybody has to stay connected all the time.
If you look to the right of the article, under related stories, I don't know what it shows in yours, but the top article for mine is trading smartphone time for sleep, your loss.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting tie-in there.
Yeah, evening screen time can sabotage sleep is the next one.
Correct.
So yeah,
Apparently, we both need more sleep today.
I've seen this, and it's happened to me before because I get so into like reading or checking something out. I'd rather do that than sleep.
This is part of the reason
that's not good.
I pulled 700 people off my Facebook because I will find myself an hour later still scrolling through. And it's 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
Good.
I've removed Facebook from my phone.
And
I don't get on my computer very much. That's me, the ding it.
Is that you? The snoring?
Yeah, a lot of my posts, because I do post on Instagram and Twitter and things like that. You may see me on Facebook. It's because I have them connected. So when I post to those, it automatically connects and posts to Facebook. So I'm not really on it much, guys. I do have Messenger. So Skipper just drunkenly redeemed a dad joke.
Nice. No, I did this one last week. Hold on. Get this. Hold on. I gotta find.
Isn't that funny? Is that amusing?
No, is that horrible?
Oh, I need a new chair. I can't sit up in this chair. Oh, chair.
I don't like that one.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. What do prisoners use to call each other?
What?
Cell phones. I went through like a dozen before I decided on that one.
Oh, that's like horrible. Are you looking in the book you wrote?
No, that's in the other room. I don't have it in here, but I could.
You should keep it there and then just flip to a page and there you go.
Okay, so let's see here. I found an article. Study reveals the best thing for an individual to do if a nuclear bomb goes off. Now, out of the 15 or 20 paragraphs in this, basically it's like, oh, here's what happens. Let's say you're at D.C. and it gets bombed. You're dead. Oh, if you're here, you're dead. Oh, if you're here, well, you get radiation poisoning, and you will be dead. And then, finally, like the last paragraph is one sentence. Oh, I'm sorry, 2 sentences. It says, so it seems it's better to bunker down in your house. Look out for number 1 and forget about trying to rescue friends, loved ones, or pets. Let them fend for themselves. All that article for that. Stay home, lock your doors. Good luck, bastards.
Just cuddle the kittens. It'll be okay. I couldn't leave them to fend on their own because.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've actually thought about that. You know, what do you do with your cats in this kind of situation? Yeah, I don't know.
So, I mean, if they're going to drop a bomb and it's going to land on me, that's fine.
Yeah.
Go quick.
Yeah, I figure...
I'm not going to run from it because...
Nah, I figure if I am within the blast radius, and I know that for sure, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to... If they tell me I have 45 minutes, I will cook myself a really good meal in the last 45 minutes and hang out with people or call people I like to chit-chat till I die. On the other hand...
Hopefully the cell phone reception won't be messed up.
Yeah, well, it would be...
Skipper said that was... Skipper said the joke was great, considering he's getting ready to mail something to a friend in jail.
Send him a cell phone and ask him how many bars of reception he's getting.
That's horrible. So you'll cook food and call someone?
Yeah, basically, if I know I'm in the blast zone, I'm going to relax and chill out and just kind of enjoy the last 20 to 45 minutes I have on the planet. or however long it takes, for the
gather
delivery.
the kittens,
Yeah.
give them all the treats, and
yeah, it's especially if we're looking at instantaneous death,
Yeah, because why run to where you'll just get radiation and die a slow, painful death eventually?
Or for that matter,
have it happen like that.
Why rush out into the crowds of people trying to get out of the area, etc.? It's now if I'm on that border where I might not be in the radiation zone versus I might be, at that point in time, I'm going to hunker down. Again, I'm not going out on the public roads. There are going to be plenty of panicky people who head out. As for trying to get together with loved ones and whatnot, well, I'm going to wait a couple days after the event to see, what are the roads and survivability rate? What happened to the rest of the world? Was it one bomb? Was it the world littered with them? Am I heading for my hidey hole where I can live out the rest of my life and gather together with people that have the coordinates? Or am I going to find out if we still have a government standing? We'll see. I'm not too worried about it. This pipe might be ruined. I'm going to have to get a metal thing to put down in there. Yeah. That's a shame. Totally clogged. Oh, do we have time for one more article?
A short one, yeah.
Okay, came out today. This is officially the most disturbing piece of information we've learned about Facebook. Sorry, I'm scanning it because it's not interesting yet.
Oh, it said interesting things about Facebook?
Oh, no, disturbing.
Oh, that's everything.
So it's going into, the stuff that's going on lately with Zuckerberg, Cambridge Analytica. And now the site has revealed that it tracks people around the internet even when they're not logged into Facebook or using it. When you visit a site or app that uses our services, we receive information even if you're logged out or don't have a Facebook account. Okay, that's the disturbing part for them. Basically, Facebook is gathering information. If you have go to one of those websites that says, do you want to log in with your email or log in with Facebook? Those sites are collecting information about everybody coming into them. And because Facebook has a partnership with them, it has access to some of that information for some of those websites. This is not surprising. This is a logical step, A, for a business, B, for you as a consumer. It's kind of like when,
they gear the ads and things to you.
Right. I have a Target red card. Target as in the store red card. Or a Food Lion or whatever grocery store card. Or BJ's card, whatever. Now, when I'm on their app, it's actually showing me coupons for things that I like. Well, now I received a thing in the mail from a company I often buy many of their products from. Well, that's because that company has a interactive deal with whoever's card you just used at their store. Once we get 1,000 or 10,000 people, we're going to send you a list of their names.
Well, and the thing is, that way you get the coupons of products you use normally instead of stuff you'll never buy.
Right.
Like for a middle-aged white guy, you don't want coupons for tampons or diapers.
I mean, no.
I don't know. Maybe you do. You more for you, you'd want coupons for meat deals or seasonings, or because you grill out. Things like that. So, and the thing that gets me is, especially with Facebook on Messenger, I'm not going to install Messenger because I don't want them to have access to all this stuff. Well, the reason why they ask for access to your contacts is so you can message these people.
Right.
They'll ask for access to your photos because people send photos over Messenger. It's not like they're spying on you. If you tell them no, then you can't go into your gallery to pull that picture of your cat to send to your friend on Messenger. People have it like messed up in their heads that, oh, they're just gonna steal my identity.
Pick one or the other, guys. There is a sense of privacy that you want to keep. But technology is advancing, and there is a trade-off. It's just like the more your government does for you, the less freedom you have. So if you want all these things handed to you by your government, then you lose a certain amount of freedom. The same with technology. If you want all the conveniences of technology, you lose certain freedom and privacy, so they can give you that. If you want a machine in your house that you can go, hey, Alexa, play me 1930s jazz by white guys, then you're going to have that machine have access to your voice whenever it wants. Can it be used for other things? Yeah. Are you really doing some shit you're worried about other people hearing? Then don't buy fucking Alexa. This is how the world works, people. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he redeemed for another dad joke.
Yeah, it's our wedding was so beautiful. Even the cake was in tears. Beautiful.
Oh God. See, I'm not on the Stream Elements to do that, but oh God.
So yeah, I had that ready and waiting.
Fabulous.
Yeah, people, don't be surprised when you can't have it all your way. There are trade-offs. And thank you very much. I'll be here all week. Hey, it's the end of the week.
There you go, I found it.
So,
yeah, we only have a few minutes left. Are we going to raid someone?
We should. Hold on, let me close down all these articles. Clickety, 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 clickety. Hey, Andrea, that site you pulled up, the Science News for Students, you should keep that in mind for when we're having a slow news day.
Oh, yeah, I really like it. They're having... there's so many articles up here I want to read because I love this stuff. But, yeah.
Okay, so who is that now? That wasn't a joke.
That was not me.
Okay. Oh, we got a lot of them live right now. So we got Geeks IRL. We got Livy in the Middle, Courtroom, or Lady Adarissa. You know what? We have seen Courtroom in a few times. What do you think?
Yeah, I was gonna say let's get Courtroom because we haven't rated them yet, right?
We have. More than
have
once.
we?
Yeah.
Oh.
But
see how much I pay attention.
those are the ones that interact with us. They also have the least amount of viewers.
Oh, well then bonus.
Well, there is Lady Adarissa who is doing tea and chat, and she actually has the least amount.
Okay, then there we go.
You want to go with Lady Adarissa? Okay.
Well, there's tea. Why not?
There is. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll set this up, and we're going to pimp some stuff. We are out for the weekend, guys. We will be at RavenCon on Saturday. Feel free to hang out with us there. Monday night, all about the memes. We're going to be talking about memes and the history of it and generally screwing around like we do. Next Tuesday.
With pictures.
With pictures. Screwing around with pictures. Next Tuesday, we should have, and I don't know how to pronounce Ray's last name, but Ray D'Africo or D'Africo will be joining us. He's a musician, and we'll be hanging out with him for a couple hours. Wednesday, we will actually be going to Ed's house and having a 5th on the 25th, which is Andrea's actual birthday. Don't forget, below there are wish lists where you can find something if you want to send her a little something, like her crunchy mints. And
they're not on the list, but I do have Kindle books on there for like 99 cents. So.
There you go. Also, we will be talking next Thursday on VIP with Annabelle Ramirez and discussing the Japanese culture, history, Yakuza, and other such cool things. So that's the plan for next week. That's what we got going on. Don't forget to sign up for the newsletter the link has been dropped into the chat there. Oh, thank you, Joey. Appreciate that. We're going to do some closing music and set up a raid. Thanks for joining us in the discussion shenanigans tonight. You are the one thing that makes the show what it is.
Oh, closing toast.
Don't forget to join us at the tavern next week.
Here's the casual but fun. And
have
here's
fun,
the friends that join you.
keep learning, and be good to one another. Now, raise your glass in good cheer. Enjoy the small moments every day and steamy dreams every night. YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and watch another one. See you guys.